There we go. Alright, everyone. Sorry about that bit of a wait there. We are good to go now.
Sergeant.
We are live here, everyone. Let me go ahead and yeah, we got the racers going on and around, the track and everything, all that fun stuff here. Sorry about the little bit of a late start there. Had a lot obviously happening. Got off work a little late, so had to kind of throw everything into high gear at the last second here, basically. But we are here now. So, and we're about to do a wonderful race tonight as we are here for the Ambetter Health, I believe 208 as it is called here, at the wonderful Atlanta Motor Speedway. The temperature obviously is about 65 degrees. I think the track temperature is about 90 degrees there. And I do not know why it's showing that in kilometers there for that length. I'm not sure. I thought I had everything set to... Let me take that, put that up. Okay, no, so that's just in that. It's just going to stay in that. Okay. Then, yeah, we're here obviously in this wonderful track. It is a 135 lap race. Obviously, black flags are not going to be cleared, for any reason, obviously, besides, I think it was speeding in pits. There's not the usual, obviously, stuff that when it comes to this race and everything. And this is a slightly longer race than it was in the past because we did have a couple stuff happen over the last couple days, especially during that wonderful truck race. And there's the man himself, Mr. Bill. I can't hear him, but there he is.
I'm so sorry, I got tight.
Well, let me turn you up. Apparently you were turned down there. That was weird.
You're okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Apparently I had you turned down for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I figured it out on my own. It's an absolute miracle what I did and accomplished this evening, but I'm glad to be here. Thanks very much for having me tonight.
Yeah, I was just telling everyone that we obviously have a slightly longer race than usual because the fact that stuff happened over the last couple of days where some votes went into place, and we do have I think it was like Xfinity. I think they're running the Xfinity race length from now on for the rest of the season, I believe is what it was. Isn't that? I think that was what was decided. Was we got moved up to Xfinity race length.
Yeah, it was great. It was a nice meeting. We sat down and a bunch of guys were in. I think 30 plus guys were in there, and we just discussed the future of the MCRL and what direction we're going in. And one of the things that a lot of people were asking about was the length of the races. Guys wanted longer races. Guys, certain things they wanted, and the best way that we came up to as a vote. A vote was put out there, and very fair and square. And guys wanted the longer races. However, in this series, the guys kind of wanted to keep it a little shorter. It is a long time to sit in one of these chairs for 3+ hours racing.
Gloves.
Let's see. I forgot. I got
shout out race peasant.
There we go. I forgot I had to turn off the voice chat so we don't hear them talking. I totally forgot about that part. Good thing I just now caught that before we get into the race where people are going to be totally giving wonderful talks during the entire time. So let me do that. There we go. Okay. I think I should be able to click over here and yeah. Okay, cool. I can click over here. We got full screen. Good. But yeah, no. So everything obviously went up in length. This is obviously one of them, but the truck series also got changed too, as well. With the whole, I think it went up to. I think they just moved. We just moved trucks up to, I believe, just full on. It is just full length truck races now. Like that. That's just what it is.
Well, that was one of the things. The truck length is kind of a great little system the way it works out. It's quick. It's not a horribly long race, and it's perfect. And you know, last week's race, the truck race this past week,
yeah.
you saw how fast that race went by, and
I was in it, so
yeah. So I mean, you blink and the race was over, and one of the best things about iRacing is we get to see like those big ones. When the fans, because fans love to see the big one, and so the fans get to see that, but nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets, has to pay a lot of money to fix trucks or anything like that, and if you like the big one, then Atlanta and the trucks that's a good place to watch, because that's all there is the big one.
Yeah, but hopefully we will not have too many other big ones, I would hope. I mean, I guess we'll see, but obviously there's always gonna be a big one. There's always gonna be a big one. There's nothing, you can't stop them. So
no, there's absolutely no way you can stop them, and it's a part of racing, and not everybody likes it, but that's why we watch it, and that's one of the reasons, not all the reasons, and it's great to see nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, for sure. So, but we'll see how this goes. I would say, I think here. Let me pull up I believe the points. We're gonna try some again tonight, because I changed a bunch of stuff around. See if this will fix it. So let me see if I can't do a magical thing like I did before, and see if we can't. It would be nice if I actually turned on the thing I was trying to do. That'd be probably ideal, because then you'd see what you need to see. Let me try this again. There we go. We'll try this again tonight. If it blinks out, then we'll just turn it off. But I think the only reason why I was having such a bad time with that last week was because it was Daytona, and Daytona is such a graphically intense track that I don't think my computer was liking it. But we'll try and give you some. I think everyone blipped out there just because it was qualifying, obviously. I think so. I don't think that was on my end. I think it was just because qualifying started. But we do have the points, I believe, to show obviously where everyone did finish after that Daytona race. I believe if points will show. I don't know why it just says team, but it had teams there before. Now it doesn't. So a little weird that it didn't do that. But oh well, we'll cross that bridge, I guess, when needed. But obviously Nick had the most points there. So, but obviously as well, just like with Real NASCAR, everyone that's in the top 36 in points does automatically get in. So everyone that you see that's got, obviously in that top 36 there, they're all good. They're in the race. They don't have to try and qualify in on the speed, which does put, it looks like a couple people here, I think, was that everyone that you see basically below Jacob Wazinski there, if they didn't race or anything, obviously, or they didn't, one being you, obviously, because of what happened, you didn't get in.
Yeah, there's the 43, William Martin, that handsome guy. I'm just going to put it out there.
But yeah, everyone obviously below the 36th place there, they all obviously, if they're racing here tonight, then they have to also qualify on speed and hope that, that they can put down a good lap time. Otherwise, we'll have a full field of 40 with 36 people locked in, and the rest got to try here. So we'll see what happens, as we do have some people going out on the track here. I believe that's who is that? That's Cameron Mono. Yeah, that's Cameron Mono right there out on the track. As we do see everyone making their times here. Go ahead and switch to this real quick. They do get one lap of qualifying. The only time they'll get two is on short tracks, so these guys don't get a lot of chance to really get that good lap in, but I know we talked about them last week a lot because it was the sponsored race for it, but no surprise to see these three at the top of Chris, Zach, and Mike. They're all at the top. They must have really got a fire qualifying set this week.
I'm not surprised at all. I mean, everywhere we go, those guys seem to be extremely fast, and no matter what series you're in, there's always going to be those top 5 guys that show up, and those are the guys to beat. And those pretty much the same guys that were running up front last week.
So, but I promise we won't talk about him too much. I mean, even though I was obviously very biased on that, we'll try not to talk about him. It was a sponsored race last week that they were part of the team that was technically sponsoring it. So there was a reason to it. So we'll try not to talk about them too much, except when they're obviously at the front. Then we can't help it. So.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Speaking of, saying we were talking about too many people for a little bit or things like that, I bumped into Nick Vasquez in one of the garage areas, and he heard what I said about Joey Logano, and he told me he was going to put me in the wall. So I'm not going to talk about Joey Logano anymore. Sorry, Nick. All right, I'll take it back. Sorry.
Well, you heard it here. He's taking it back. He's taking it back. Don't worry. He doesn't want to be in that wall. So the other thing also interesting to talk about that is, obviously a thing that is, interesting is, will the Circuit Motorsports guys, will they be able to pull out back-to-back wins this week? I don't remember who all is on that team, but I mean, let me look at who all is here. I think we have. I mean, Nim is. Go ahead.
Can I make some predictions?
Yeah, sure.
All right, this is what I think is going to happen during this race. I think you're going to go a couple of laps, maybe 2 to 5 laps, and you're going to see teams drop to the back of the field. You're going to see them pull low, and they're going to drop back to the field. They're going to let the race go by for a little bit, let the crashes get out of the way, and then they're going to come through the field. That's what I think is going to happen. I think you're going to see at least one team do that, and it'll be very interesting to see which strategy works.
Yeah. I mean, again, bringing up, obviously, so Nick Vasquez, he qualified P14, and then one of the guys who obviously was also on Circuit Motorsports, Ryan, he's P10, so I think maybe that team strategy will work, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow we end up with a couple guys in there from that Circuit Motorsports somehow making their way back up to the front. But we do have the grid here for you guys. Actually, I don't know why the pit stop thing is showing up. That's weird. But we'll go ahead and get that to go away here. So we do have the grid of everyone here. Let me throw on the drone cam of the guys in the front here, so you guys can get the front here.
And
as it decides to go back to, it'd be great if these guys would show up as being out, so I could actually go to them. But for some reason, not half the field is not actually out on the. There we go. That works. Some of them are here, some of them aren't. So,
well, I will tell you this: if you look who's up in the front, you've got Mike Barnett. No big surprise. Burnham's up the nose, and
Saunders, Cognate, Nathaniel Allen, MG Johnson.
Hey, look who's in the 7th spot right there. My man Adam G. Johnson. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Something big is on the way that you're going to see Bill the Masshole actually do, and it may shock you.
Oh.
And it's because of that man, Adam G. Johnson. And I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag yet. Something big may be brewing. So we'll see what happens. It's going to shock you.
Okay.
I promise you. But one thing we need to do right now is we need to go to see that number 22 car. Where is Nick Vasquez?
Let me go to where's my zoom in? Let me get that. Let me get that grid out of the way. 1 second. Let me clear that grid away. There we go.
Yeah, see that he heard our threat last week that if he didn't have a new.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, and look at it, man. Well, that's a nice looking Mustang right there. I'll say that myself. And look whose number is. The former champion Joey Logano's number. I mean, what an honor that must be to carry that number 22 like the champion Joey Logano is.
I will say this also. I did hear talk about someone saying that they should that Nick should have started in the back like Joey did for the actual Atlanta race, and he did not want to do that at all. I don't blame him, but everyone was like, if you're gonna run Joey's scheme, you better be in the back, just like Joey was for the actual Atlanta race, and he was like, no, that ain't happening. You can't get me to do that in a million years.
Well, I'm not going to complain. I just want to know did I build him up pretty good? Because I just don't want him to put him in the wall. I want him to back off. I don't want to talk any more crap about Joey. So I want to make sure that I wasn't.
I mean, I think you were fine. I think you're fine. I think you
All
just
right.
you just
Okay.
hyped him up a bit, honestly.
Well, I can't wait to watch this race because last week this race is a lot like Daytona. There is drafting. There's bump drafting. You're flat out pretty much the whole time around this track, except once you're a little bit further in the draft. The only difference is this track is fun, and what I mean by that is it's tight corners. It's a lot smaller. It's a bull ring at 195 miles an hour. You're going to see the exact same speeds as we saw last week on a track that's half the size. And if you look right there in that shot, you see that tri-oval.
Yeah.
Always big trouble there in the tri-oval. Why? Well, you're coming off the corner, and unlike Daytona, you don't have that bank to kind of show you the line that goes around. This is flat, and you can't go below that double yellow line. And you know what? It's a tricky area, especially when you're too wide at 195 miles an hour. So that's where I expect we're going to see all the trouble tonight.
Interviewed the Pulsar. What you mean, Zach? He ain't even on the track. Where's Mike at? Oh, yeah, I don't even see Mike. Where's he at? Or am I just not seeing half the cars? Like, it feels like there's cars missing from the field, or I'm just not seeing them for some reason. No, not even. Yeah, no, I'm drawing full cars, so it's weird that I'm not seeing some of the cars here. So I'm not sure if something's up or if these people just aren't loaded in, because, yeah, there's...
Yeah, I see a couple of guys maybe they're just not on the grid yet.
See, because Adam's in, Alan's not, and then I think it's Cory that's not in, and whoever's next to Garth, that would be Jim. And then whoever's up there, yeah. There's a couple people that aren't in for some reason. I'm not sure why. I'm showing all 40 cars, obviously, on my thing over here. I made sure of that. So it's not that they're not showing for me. It's just, for some reason, they're not. Oh, still 2 minutes? Okay. I just want to make sure that, I'm just making sure that my sim's not messing up. I was like, it better not be messing up already again. That's what I was worried about. So
we have 2 minutes still before the race. Is it possible? Where is Cory Mott? Can we go down? Can we talk to Cory Mott?
We might be able to. Let me see where Mr. Cory is. Oh, there he is. I mean, yeah, we can talk to Cory.
Let's pop Cory on there. Let's ask him a couple of questions.
Where's the broadcasting? There we go. Hey, Cory, it's the guys up in the booth. You hear us?
Hey, hold on. I'm doing the driver's meeting.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Leave it to us to make bad timing there.
No, you should be fine. It's just common judgment. Don't pass somebody under the red line, and if you do and you give it back or whatever, like, that's probably fine in the eyes of Jeremy. But if you stick down there and you're racing hard, or you send somebody 3 wide under the red, then that's fine. That's it. Jeremy also has some things to add. Go ahead, Jeremy. All right, I'm good. You guys can get after it.
Bill said he had some stuff he wanted to talk to you about, so I want to know what questions he had here for you.
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, bud, how you doing? Last night we had a vote. A lot of guys were there in the meeting. One of the things we discussed, and it's going to go through, is we're going to have an ARCA series for the entry-level iRacers. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. So we really want it to be a developmental opportunity where, we can dedicate some time, some of us that, want to see the league grow and succeed, to help develop some of our less skilled or more entry or beginner-ish drivers. For example, the whole idea stemmed actually from my fiance wanting to race with us. And I was like, well, we don't really have a beginner series. We might as well make something, like that, or, it's a little less, I guess, aggressive and racy and all that. And that was initially what the Truck Series is going to become. Obviously, the Truck Series has become hyper racy, I guess you could say. So we figured that we need to tone it back a little bit for a beginner series. So we're letting the truckers rip it. We're giving them open setups and longer races, and then we're adding the ARCA League as a dedicated beginners league. So it should be good. We're gonna have a lot of good like coaching out there. Like I'm gonna do race control and like instead of just handing out penalties and stuff, we're gonna try and explain situations a little bit more. So people that are newer
Hang
to
on,
oval
we're not
racing
going
and
green.
whatnot
Not going
will have the
green.
opportunity to learn. So
Or EOLs, then drive-through penalties, and
yeah, like
yeah,
more like yeah, you're getting a penalty, you're getting moved to the end of the line. But if you make 2 or 3 mistakes in a race, we're not going to further penalize you because you're obviously learning. And if you're making now, if there's like an obvious like problem with people being aggressive and whatnot, then that's something we'd have to address at that point. But like if it's like people just making mistakes, slipping up, getting loose, and like wrecking someone, or for example, like we're not going to heavily penalize that besides an EOL. We are adding a fast repair for that league as well, so that way people can, you know, not feel like their whole week is ruined. So if they wreck, so yeah,
that was one thing that was very popular, was the idea of that fast repair. When you come out a lot of time, especially with new iRaces, you always see the big one early, and a lot of guys immediately right off the bat go 3, 4, 5 laps down because of the repairs. So I think that was a very important decision as far as making this a league where you people who are sitting at home right now just chilling out, maybe your boyfriend or maybe your husband wants to get involved in iRacing, your kids, well, don't worry about the kids, you'll have more money to spend on your setup. But now you can come out here and you can race, and we have a league designed perfectly for you to come into. We're going to give you instruction. We're not going to penalize you, and that's going to give you what you need to move on up. And buddy, hey, go racing, man. It's about to go green. Take care, buddy. Good luck.
thank you. Have fun up here, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm moving myself good. So I can go back.
Ooh, you went into the drivers' meeting?
You wanted me to pull him up here. What you mean?
I didn't know they were doing the drivers' meeting. Sorry about that, guys down there, but look at this. As we're going down the back straight right now, getting ready to go green, the position you see these cars in, they're going to be doing that in a couple of laps at 195 miles an hour. Just like that, side by side. This is going to be so much fun.
I was trying to make sure my paints were looking correctly because it was weird to see Mike in a different car, so I didn't know what was up there. So I was trying to figure out if my paints were being weird, but apparently not. I guess that's what he's running tonight. So, because it was weird to not see him in his purple, so I didn't know what was up. But
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what these teams do. Oh, here we go, folks. Get ready. This is like Bull Run. We're about to go green here at Atlanta.
Green, green, green.
Oh, look at this. Here we come. There it is, buddy. Green flags. They come down that tri-oval. That is going to be the center of disaster a lot of times tonight. I promise you that.
there we go. Trying to get over to the camera again. Couldn't get the camera in time there.
Oh, look at this. Right up front immediately. No big surprises there. They're coming down, going to that one lane, and then nose to tail. And I have goosebumps, man. This is so much fun to watch. It's even better to try.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I did that Daytona race. I was saying I love the cars in that Daytona race, so I can't imagine getting to drive these cars every week. How much fun, obviously, it can be. But we're gonna go and jump back to that TV view there, so we get that nice view. I just wanted to give everyone a couple of laps of the fun, the fun, track, crank it up as it was. They always called it, segments there. So, but
yeah, there's Mike Burnett. I got a new nickname for Mike Burnett. We're gonna call him Zoolander from now on, because look at that look on his face. Talk about Riz, man. He's showing that's blue stale right there.
Oh my
That's the
God!
blue stale look. So we're gonna call Mikey. He is now Zoolander.
and of course it's all right. Well then, yeah, no, that's very fair. That's very fair. But it seems like it might jinx on myself, but so far so good in terms of it being fine on the not blinking department. So that's good to see. But let me jump back
I
a
really
bit here.
think that was the total, but look at this, that outside. Now this is where it gets tricky. You see cars on the inside, and you say, you see somebody bounce off the wall. I'm not sure who that was, but
Yeah.
That's what happens here in Atlanta. You're going so fast through that little tri-oval that it kicks you up close to the wall, and you have somebody on the outside of you.
Yeah, for sure.
Who was that who jumped in front of Adam Johnson?
Ooh, I'm not sure. But
man, he had a head of steam coming off there as that inside line is starting to creep forward a little bit now.
yeah.
And you see right there, you got 2 lanes of chaos coming through that tri-oval.
And just to show you how close they are, let me go ahead and pull up the wonderful, ones that we have with the whole, gearbox and everything. I mean, this is how close these guys are, obviously. And I'm going to do a little bit of a fancy thing here as well. I'm going to move the camera a little bit. Look at that.
Oh, look at that, man. You know what? This is cool. We didn't have it last week, but we have it this week.
Because I figured out how to get it to work without it, being able to be stuck to my mouse, so I wouldn't always, so I couldn't turn it back off afterwards. So I figured that out.
Well, what I like about this view is you really get to see how the cars jet around side by side when it comes through that tri-oval. And look who's right there. There's Nick Vasquez, last week's champion. He's coming through. He's just kind of creeping on that inside lane, just kind of floating around a little bit. Then we got Justin Noel. He qualified pretty well this week because there's a lot of guys behind him.
And obviously there's Nick right there. I mean, these guys are pretty close together, as you can see. I mean, they're kind of spread out at the moment, but you can kind of see they're kind of doing some bob and weaving there, right there.
It's a lot closer when you're inside the car.
Oh, for sure, 100%. I mean, if I go to the cockpit here, you can kind of see obviously how close it looks to them, and and everything. So, but yeah, it is a lot of tight racing. A lot of these guys just being very, very safe and conservative right now in terms of their racing, basically. Not really trying to push too hard, which is fair. Don't really want to push yourself too hard right now. I mean, it's early laps. No point in pushing too hard, basically.
One thing I'm interested to see is how long the tires last, because you're pretty much flat out around this track.
Yeah.
And you can't do it the whole race or the whole time in between pit stops, but we're going to see how fast tires drop off, and we're going to see who's just trying to chill out there. Look at that spinning around there. Who's in the front of the pack right now?
Let me see. Let's jump to the front. Got Ryan Taft in the front with, I believe, Adam and Paul right there behind him.
That's right, Adam Taft, the Indianapolis driver.
He's a fellow Indiana native.
Yeah, I bet you he's been out to the 500 there and all of that. I think there's a big race out there in Indy, something like that.
Yeah, the Indy 500, yeah. There's the Indy 500, yeah.
There it is, and here that car has come through. Adam Johnson is right underneath him, and you don't really bump crash here. You don't have to. You can down the back straightaways is fine, but you're just chilling out back there, and they're just kind of picking up steam.
Just to change this a little bit. I think I fixed everything to where there shouldn't be a problem, but I'm just gonna change a little bit there, see if that doesn't help. Maybe. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, I hope that's not a.
There's some stuff I gotta do over the weekend, I think, to fix it that I know I need to try. I just haven't had a chance to do it yet. I mean, I got off work late tonight, so I didn't really have a lot of time to rest before this started.
Priorities, my friend, priorities. But look, that outside lane they're starting to creep around the outside, and
There he goes again.
This is starting to get fun because you're starting to see definitely who likes to run the top, who likes to run the bottom. A couple of guys are kind of getting close, cutting all 4 tires on that inside lane. They better be careful.
I might have to cut the one thing again and see if that helps me, then just to try and give me any other freaking chance at this point of it not lagging out, I guess. So, but
well, let me.
Yeah, I know you're all good. I'm trying stuff again here, so sorry guys about the difficulties. I don't know why it's still acting up, but we're trying. Obviously, we're trying. So maybe I'm gonna have to do that stuff over the weekend to fix it, because they are. Okay, this is. That is worse than. I mean, yeah, I had all this stuff at high, but I was trying to. You know what? We'll throw it down to like that then and just see, I guess. But I don't think graphics are gonna fix that. I think that's just. No, that's not a graphics thing. That's just cars being the cars, I guess. I'm not sure what else to tell you on that, really, I guess. it's just cars being. Let me disable that then. And. We'll throw this down a little bit here, I guess, and see if that doesn't fix it. But it did seem like we had a wreck. I wish I could tell you what happened, but it definitely probably didn't catch it there, so I'm not... Well, no, it might have actually caught it. Maybe. If... No, it just doesn't want to tell me. Alright, it should have crashed, but it doesn't actually show us what happened. It just said that someone crashed. So... Yeah, I don't know what else to do about this. It's almost doing worse than Daytona was. And I don't know what else to do to stop it. Let me see if I can't quit anything else maybe here and try and make it not be doing that here. Gonna try and close as much other stuff as I can. I don't have much extra open, so I'm not sure what could be causing this here.
Let's take a look out front. We got Taft out front, Johnson, Campbell, Knoll. I mean, Cognition, the top five right there. Phillips. You know, these guys here, you see them up in the front. This is the dangerous section right back in here. It's where the 22 is. It's where the 10 is, the 12. This is a tough area to be in because it seems like these guys, you can't go forward, you can't go backwards, you can't move. There's no way to go if something happens to you, because even if you slow down for what's happening in front of you, guys in the back usually don't, and it's just a chain reaction. So that's a tough spot to be in the middle there. But as you go through the field, if you look at the speeds that these guys are running, their lap times, if you look at first to last, the actual speed difference, the actual time difference is it's crazy how fast they are and how close together they actually are.
I don't even see. There's no way to turn the crowd off. How you turn? I don't even see a crowd option. Like, I know someone said turn off crowd, but I don't even see a crowd option. I mean, frame rate is already low as is. You see, I don't even see crowd. Where are you turning crowd? Oh, crowds are already off. Yeah. Frame rate is down to. Yeah, see, it's already down here, like on the bottom there. So I mean, that can't go any lower. This I can may change, but I don't think that's going to affect this because this is not a replay.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Look at some of the cars that are in the back of the pack. I think I just saw Zach Johnson in the back of the pack. Okay, was he involved in this last?
The only thing I could see was Xander Short. That's all I could tell.
Because I'm wondering if he just moved to the back of the pack because of all the chaos. Because he's not in the back of the... If I was riding in the back of the pack, people would say, it's no big deal, you know? But when that guy is in the back of the pack, something's going on.
What in the world is this? Let's set down to 60. Okay. Okay, well, we might not be able to. I don't know if I'll be able to do this. It is not even getting any better. We might not be able to actually broadcast this because something is not liking this at all here. I mean, I want to obviously give you guys a broadcast, but if this is blinking way too much.
Well, we just went green flag, and look who's out front again. The top two guys, Ryan Taft and Adam Johnson in the front, as they come out of turn 2. This is you line up as straight as you can and hope that guy behind you gives you a little bit of a bump in the back just to push you off into turn 3 through turn 4. Momentum is so important at this point. That's all these guys are trying to get away with. And now you kind of have 4 cars boogieing away. And on the outside, the outside lane is starting to catch up. Once they're on the outside, you just hold on for dear life.
Yeah. Let's see. I think what else is. And I believe that was Adam G. Johnson there. That was right there in second. But
Johnson, Campbell, Noel, Phillips, your top 5.
Let's see if we can get anything else to fix here. I mean, I've already. That's all down. What we can do. Let me just put at 40 then. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, it kind of worked for a second there, but
Yeah, there we go.
yeah, kind of. But I don't know. We might. This is the best I can do. Is maybe I can record it and like put it up after, because this is blinking way too much right now. Like, I don't know. There's no. Like, we can talk about it. It's just obviously still hard to talk about because the fact that everything's blinking so bad. So.
No, we got to go with what we got, as they say.
Yeah.
So, it's starting to get a little bit better now, but we've kind of seen the couple of different packs breaking off together. You got a big pack in the front, and there's a group of cars back there that are hanging out and staying out of trouble. I don't know how many of those are team cars, how many of those guys were involved in that last accident, but now what you're going to try to do if you're in that last accident, if you didn't have time to get all your damage fixed, what you have to do is just wait, kind of chill out in the back, because there's going to be another caution. Come in, get all the damage fixed, then you're going to be stronger later on in the race.
Yeah. Sure.
That front group moving right, that top 4 cars, they're kind of pulling out. Got one car on the outside. If those guys got closer together on that outside lane, they'd catch up to this front 4.
Yeah. As you see, there's a couple people obviously caught up there, kind of behind him there. So.
Wait a minute. Take a look. Who's back in that 5th spot right now? The 22 Nick Vasquez. I think at the restart he was back in 15th or someplace in the back.
I believe so. Something like that. Yeah. Something like that. I'm not too sure honestly off the top of my head, but. Oh. I don't know what. Okay. Okay.
Hey, you kind of did a pretty good Shaggy imitation with that.
I was kind of confused by that because it just all of a sudden decided it wanted to work there. Like, it's blinking this entire time, and then all of a sudden just on that tiny bit there, it just decided, you know what, I'm gonna work, and now, I definitely have some work to try over the weekend to see if I can get this to be fixed, because this is. I don't want to buy a new CPU. I really don't, because that's what I'm dreading might have to happen. But I really don't know what else could be the problem here.
Well, hopefully by next week I can figure it out. I've been watching how-to videos all week to try to figure out how to do this. I have a great computer. I hate to brag a little bit, but I've got a pretty good computer. So hopefully maybe next week we'll try my computer and it'll figure out all of this problem. So, we got problem through the tri-oval. I think somebody said that early in the race that the tri-oval was going to be an area of problems, but we stayed green.
Yellow flag.
Nope, you spoke too soon.
You know what? I'm sorry, folks. See, due to the technical issues, I'm actually watching the broadcast, so I'm kind of a few seconds behind here. But who was that was spinning through the infield?
It's not telling me. The only person I can see that Zach went off field and went off track, but of course, it doesn't have it. So we don't have the replay on that specifically, because apparently it just decided didn't want to show him there, so it seems like it works fine. Never mind.
Well,
Never mind.
well, let's just see how it unfolds. Maybe it'll kind of correct itself. It's all we can. Did you try hitting the side of it? That works for me sometimes.
No, I think what we figured out was that it's a case of it's overheat. It's like it's getting too hot, and that's making it like hit. It's like max usage. So I'm thinking me and Zach Saunders, he helped me a little bit because I just wasn't sure exactly what could be causing this, and he just said maybe it's a case of I need to give this thing a new coat of thermal paste on the good old on the good old CPU and the fan. If anything, also maybe buy a new fan for the CPU, and maybe that'll be enough to cause this to be fine. Because I really don't know what else this could be. As look, they're blinking. And I've got this set to, so it's definitely not a graphics thing because obviously all this is fine. All this is lower as could be. It's just that obviously it's trying to pull maybe more than what the.
Let me ask you something. They just had an update for Twitch. Do you have the updated version? That could be an issue.
What do you mean update to what? Because I'm using the program I'm using.
Maybe I'm thinking of my phone. On the app I have on my phone, it tells me that I need to update it. Maybe that's what I don't know. I'm old. I don't know technology. I know when this top group of cars came in, we didn't even talk about it. They went into the pit area, and it's
I swear on it.
A lot of guys got tires and tires. Do you understand that? I don't know if you understand
tires.
New England's big, but a tire is the black round thing that makes the car go around. That's what we call them up here. And do you know what khakis are?
Khakis. I feel like I should know what that is.
Khakis?
Yeah.
Yeah, khakis. A lot of people think they're pants. No, that's what you use to start your car. Here in New England,
car keys. Oh, got it. Okay, got it. All right.
Where the khakis? I don't know. Somewhere in the kitchen. Go get it.
Oh my god. I don't even.
Yeah, that's how bad it is. Can't make fun of Southern accents because we're worse than anybody. But we have a couple of cars that are using a little bit of strategy that are up front. And look who's up front, the man with all the hair. Maverick.
You know what's crazy is I bet you if I would all of a sudden stop streaming, this thing would all of a sudden just stop blinking. Because I was testing this earlier to make sure it was working fine. I went into like a full A-class race. Had the whole field. It was fine. So I'm thinking I'm wondering if it's just a case of trying to stream is just too much for it, I think.
What's your streaming rate, maybe? I've heard that phrase before, but I'll tell you what, we're side by side getting ready to go green one more time.
Turn max frame rate slider down. And then reload. Oh, you think it's not... You think some of the set... Oh, that's a fair point because there's some settings that obviously don't fully go away until after you reload. So let me see if I can't do a quick reload after I turn everything down here again. Hold
on, folks. Just bear with us 1 second.
He did... Ryan did make a valid point there that I forget that there's some settings that you don't actually get rid of in terms of where they're set until after you take yourself out of the session and reload back in, so that way those settings can basically be taken out. So I forgot about that part. That is a fair point that I didn't even think about, so that's on me. I'm doing a million things at once trying to make sure this all works, and then I spaced on stuff. So well, we're getting back in as quick as we can. I know we were on the green light there. I'm trying to hurry. I'm trying to get us back in as fast as we can here. And we're on the green light, green flag, all that stuff. We're about 90% of the way through. Okay, let's go ahead and let me go ahead and jump us to TV1 and someone here TV1. And kinda. You know, okay. You know, the quality's not the best, I know. But it's there. It seems to be working. I am actually,
Are you going to be allowed to show that to me as well, or
let's see.
is that going to be kind of out of the question?
We're gonna test this. We're gonna test that.
There it is. Oh, there we go. That's much better.
We're gonna see if we can't get this going again. Yeah.
Oh, there he is. This Maverick out front. Oh boy! And look who's down on the inside there. Who's that on the inside?
I believe that is on the inside there on that bottom line. I believe that is Ryan, Mr. Taft.
Yep, he's hanging on tight. He wants to try that inside lane. Now here, when you're running this track and these cars, it's a tough balance on whether or not you like the inside lane or you like the outside lane. At times, I like the inside lane. I like the outside lane. I feel more secure in the outside lane. And there's Adam Johnson pushed him off into the corner as we look back from the Cory Mott car. There's looking out of the front. Adam G. Johnson, that handsome fella from North Carolina, as he gets right up there, and you see him giving just a little bit of a nudge. He wants to shove him off into the corner like that. Where's this in the back?
So I see the yellow flag. I see a couple of you went off track, but it didn't say they crashed. But I think we will actually be able to give you guys a bit of an actual view of what happened here. Finally, actually be able to show you guys a wreck here now that it's actually showing it.
Now it makes you wonder which one is racing in that picture of Mark Schrader. Is it the young man? Or is oh wow! Yeah.
He got definitely clipped there and sent to the inside as the couple guys. Whoa!
Oh, nice! Oh,
got some airtime there. Give that man some Tony Hawk points. He got some air.
Hold my bear! Here comes Mark Schrader. That was absolutely unbelievable. He just did a Bo and Luke Duke right off the infield. That was hey, I'm telling you right now, move of the race right there, Mark Schrader. That's my vote. And look who's out front, Adam Johnson.
Yep.
Got by Cory Mott. You know, Adam's fast here. He's fast. Oh no, he's not.
Technically, Cory's not the one in the front. It's actually Adam, but
yeah, there it is. Whew, okay. I jumped the gun a little bit there. You know.
You're fine.
One thing about the new series that we talked about at the beginning of the show with Cory Mott was this the new series that's coming out, the ARCA series. Now, a lot of the guys in this race you're watching like that, they're ineligible to race in that league. There's actually a cap on the I rating. So if you're coming in and you're just starting like me and knowing you have a low I rating, 1,000 right around there, and you don't want to go out here and run with these guys because you're too uncomfortable, you're not sure, whatever, this is the perfect league for you. Come join up, and you come in, everybody has the same car, it's to learn how to iRace. Is going to be techniques. Guys are going to come in and talk to you and help you out. It's going to be a great series for the younger driver or even the older driver to learn how to come in iRace.
Okay, sorry at that. All right, that's good then. I guess it's already at that. That's weird. I was wondering how I was going to change on this, but it looks like it didn't do too much on the I'm gonna experiment here. Just change a little, not a lot, just enough. More so in the field of how many cars can I have rendered. That's why I want to try and at least mess with here and see, because that's the main thing is seeing that field. But yeah, like you said, also that ARCA thing. I don't know if I'll do it, not because I'm not eligible, just because the ARCA cars have never liked me, like ever. So I have a love-hate relationship with those things.
Well, you know what? Everybody has a car that they love to drive. I absolutely love driving the Gen 4 cars and the ARCA cars. Those are the cars I remember, and You know what I like about the Arca car is twitchy, but it's not horribly twitchy, and it takes more concentration and it takes more effort. And you learn how to learn how to race in this series, you're going to be moving up into our other series. It's just going to build your confidence, build your technique, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But right now, we got the lights off the pace car. We're getting ready to go green one more time.
We're going down that
And
backstretch.
yeah, and you know what? Next time that now that we got everything seemed to be squared away in the front here,
Yeah. I was gonna miss if there was. I couldn't remember what the thing was to change the track to make it a little bit better, but oh well, we'll stick with it.
but then the next caution, we're going to start talking to some of these drivers, find out what they think of the track, find out if it's slick or what. Doesn't look slick. Since they redid this track, it has so much grip and it is so much fun, and it is definitely looking better because you can see the cars coming off of turn number 4.
Obviously,
getting ready.
we don't have the crowd, so it looks a little weird without the grandstands. But
This is a throwback to COVID, ladies and gentlemen. Look how good we have it now.
as we go green here, we're gonna
Bernie waving the flag. And you know what? Look who's going off into that top lane.
Yeah, I believe that is that Cory Mott there? No, that's no, that is Cory Mott. Never mind, that is Cory Mott. Yeah.
Cory Mott is a totally different car than last week. And he's going away with Adam Johnson. They're pushing each other. Adam's pushing him up into the corners. Right now, these guys, those 3 cars, they're just looking to get away from the cars on the inside, but it's very difficult. And notice the cars dancing around through that tri-oval.
Yeah.
I can imagine it all night long. That's where your trouble's going to be.
And you do have to tell us, remember, we do have those stage breaks. I believe they are at. And I'm gonna have to check this again because I don't know off the top of my head, but I believe the stage break might be coming up. I believe. Let me see. Lap. No. So. Oh, so that was what one of those cautions was. It was the stage break because that lap 30. That was the caution. Wow.
Okay. Well,
that one kind of snuck in there. So.
Yeah. Well, this is a very fast track, and you know this is the first race that we're going to have where the race has been extended a couple of laps, and
Yeah.
we decided to do the Xfinity Series lap count on the Cup Series, so that way you're not in there for a long time, but you're gripping that steering wheel so hard right now, trying to come through the tri-oval and not take anybody out, and you hold on to your breath as you come through right there. Oh man, I'll tell you what. Whew, I'm not as thin as I used to be. I'd have to cycle my gut to get through there. But now, just like Daytona, you got 2 rows of cars flying off. They come down the back straightaway. This is a train that it's roaring, and it's so much fun to do in this track. And look at that. Look how close together these cars are.
I mean, these guys are right next to each other. I mean, they're not too close to each other, but I mean, obviously, like you said earlier, it can look like you're a lot closer inside that car, with the side-by-sides here. I mean, so it is quite something, basically. But let me jump back up here. I do believe that is on the inside. Is that the car of... Oh, which car number is that? I really wish I could tell off the top of my head, but I can't. But it's whoever's in 4th. I believe that's... No, it's not Adam, so who's down the inside then? Oh, probably because they're... Oh, it's Paul. Because he was slated as number 3 on the scoring, that's why. Okay. That's Paul. I don't even know how to say his last name there without butchering, but he's leading the inside line with, I believe that means Alan Phillips, I think, right behind him. So.
That bottom line is still struggling to mook it up. That outside line, it seems to be the one you want to roll around in, and I don't know if it's the momentum off of turn number 4 that gets you through that tri-oval.
Whoa! Ryan jumping down there.
Yeah, Mr. Taft, he had plenty of room to do that. And notice what he just did right there. He had a ton of momentum on that outside lane, and he dove in front of the other car and stayed in front. The other car didn't have to slow down for him. That's very important. Look at that, Adam Johnson. He did the same thing going down on that inside lane, and now they're just kind of merging.
That makes you wonder if maybe Adam and Ryan are somehow working together or trying to talk together at some point and give them like some kind of, because that was a very a very coordinated double drop down there, basically one after the other.
Yeah, these guys they're getting some miles on these tires. The tires are starting to go away. You may not be able to go full throttle around the whole track like you were able to, but that bottom line is starting to get momentum with that Ford in the front, and they're just pushing each other. Oh, I'm sorry, that is a Chevy in the front being pushed by the Ford, and look at the. Yeah, I know. Can you believe that I just said that? But like I said, folks, tune in, because something big could be brewing that might just make your jaw drop, build them assholes. Something big might be happening. You never know, and I'm kind of hinting to what it might be. We'll see what happens.
Is it the thing that I know about? Is it that? The thing that you told me about, is it that? Because I'm not going to say it, but is it that you're hinting at?
Nope, it's a little something else that. There's big surprises. There's
not even I know. Okay, got it. Okay. Say, because there was some that he told me about that I hope can happen, but apparently we're not talking about that.
We've got a spin off the back street. Somebody just slammed into the wall. We got another caution comes out, and you might know. But you possibly might know. Maybe we'll discuss that during a commercial break. But yeah, something happened to the back of the pack. I saw a couple of guys spinning down through the infield.
Ooh.
Oh, there it is, right there.
Just took out Zach Saunders there.
Yeah, those teammates right there.
No,
they're not teammates. Whoa, a couple of cars just barely missed in the back as well. Now, was that the case of prediction code, or did those guys actually decide
I think I think one got a little loose there. I'm gonna try a little somewhere. I'm just ever so slightly increasing this, just because that's the only thing I'm increasing, just so that way maybe we can get lucky and have the full field to show up without changing any other setting. But let's jump back, I guess, and let's go to the which camera? Let's do. I believe it's at the far chase. Yeah, do the far chase. Let me make sure that's always set like that, and then we're gonna go ahead and check and see here. Do a little bit of some slow mo here, because Zach was coming through, and I believe someone else, whoever that was, I'm not sure who that was specifically.
Oh, right to the top lane. Little bit of bump drafting right there through the corner. Looks like
the push got pushed.
Car.
Oh, yeah. You pushed the pusher,
and that 91 had nowhere to go. Oh, wow, yeah. That's a tough break.
That's one thing that you always never want to push the pusher, and that's what just happened. Someone pushed the pusher, and
I'll tell you what, there's something we need to look at. It looks like the 44 moved up to that top lane and got a little bit loose. Ooh. And once he got a little bit loose, that other car came up behind him and, didn't check up a little bit in time. It happened so fast, especially here, and it just booted him right down. And, that's the problem about racing here. You can have a wonderful race, and next thing you know, you're into the wall, not you're doing. And you know what? Another thing, that was one of the things that was discussed at our meeting last night. This is what I love about this league. There's open meetings. There's no behind the closed door stuff. Come on out. You see the meetings all the time. It's posted. You jump in, you listen, and you have a voice here, which is pretty cool. But one of the things that was discussed is lowering the incident rate points, and for DQs and things like that. And it was brought up that, hey, sometimes you can be in a race, especially at a track like this or Daytona, where you can mind your own business the whole entire race and still get a 16x. Yep. So it's things that happen, and some guys voted for it, as we see everybody bobbing and weaving for that choose cone. And there's Cory Mott right there from Irmo, South Carolina. Did I pronounce that right? Irmo, South Carolina?
I believe so.
I hope so. He's not here to smack me upside the head for pronouncing it wrong. That's what I'm going with. But there he is, Maverick, as we called him last week, because he's got the stash, he's got the hair. And last week, he was moving that Chevy around like he was a fighter pilot.
Yeah. I was going to say, also, we are about less than 10 laps away from that next stage caution. So,
yeah. Here's the thing about the stage caution. We have 10 laps away. Some of the guys just ducked into the pits. Now, when we go to that stage, they're only going to have 10 laps on their tires. how many guys are gonna move up through the field in this next, few laps until the next caution. Then they're gonna have everybody coming in for their pit stops. So they're gonna move from the back to the front on this one move that they just pulled with 10 laps before the caution. We talk about all the time, just more strategy.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what happens here.
The lights are off. Pace car is down, and here we go. Get ready for more chaos as we come off of turn 4. Getting ready. Wave that flag there, Bernie. Come on. Let's do it. Go. Oh, there he is.
Oh, yeah,
Almost made it. Ooh, the outside lane gets a little bit of a jump there. Cory Mott in the front. Heading off. Right here is such a fun corner to hit in. You're coming full throttle. You're going through the gears, and you want to get a good run off of that turn right there to just get the momentum down front. Pushing each other off into the corner, flying down the back straightaway. Still not up to speed, still have more momentum to go as they head off into turn 4. And you see one car getting way up squirrely up top there, but he gathers it in, coming down through that tricky tri-oval right there. Watch these cars bob and weave. It doesn't take much for things to go wrong there.
Yeah. Oh, and Nick Vasquez there. We haven't looked at him and talking about him much, but he's back there in P8 around P7 looks like. So he's kept himself up kind of towards the front here. So
yeah, he's kind of pulling the same thing he pulled last week. He just kind of hung around in that top 10. Just waited for his time.
Mm-hmm.
And when they came off of turn number 2, going down the back straightaway on the last lap, Nick was in, I think, 6th spot, and he came down and he won the race. So,
yeah.
But right now he's just kind of hiding up top, and he was in 8th a few minutes ago. Now you got that train on the outside. Now he's up to 4th, and it's only been 2 laps. So, that's the importance of the draft and running with guys that you can run with. And you got Cory Mott, Ryan Johnson, and Nick Vasquez right there, and then you got the 8 car behind them. So, whoa! And you just
whoa!
Oh! I was talking about, folks, that tri-oval. You come off of turn 4 and you try to keep it down. That lane through the tri-oval, there's no distinct lane when you're coming through that tri-oval, and sometimes you just lose concentration. And let's see who's involved in that one.
I'm trying to catch up, but my thing is being all out of whack here. I was trying to keep up with who all was crashing.
Nathan Campbell, the Torrance, California driver, he's backwards into the wall. I don't know if he's got a GoPro. He's trying to get good footage on, but that's not the way you want to. And look at this. He just got, victim of circumstance. Nothing he could do. He was riding his line. He had a car come up on him and a car come down on him, and not much you can do about that.
Yeah. Definitely, like you said, victim of circumstance, and this was not the right circumstance there. But Nick Vasquez, he squeaked through, so he's gonna be starting 3rd right now. I mean, at least 3rd until obviously we do choose going, and then maybe he'll end up farther back. But at least the way that things are stacked with this single file, he's up in the front with Cory Mott and Adam G. Johnson.
Well, this is exactly what he did the last time, the last go-around we had the last caution. And he just kind of waited. He went with that group of guys. He wanted to see what lane they were picking. He went with them. And, he was in 8th spot, and then he moved right up into 4th spot. But the last caution, they did the same thing. He was up front, I think, in 3rd or 4th position, and they chose that outside lane and gave up those inside spots. So it doesn't seem to affect him at all. And he knows what he has. He knows what he can do. It's that top 10 cars right there, they're fast.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we got some. Is there anyone we want to talk to during this caution at all, though?
Yeah, let's talk to somebody in the middle of the pack. Somebody that can tell us about what it's like towards the middle. Let's wrap it. Oh, you know what? Hey, let's go to Mr. Griswold and the family truckster, the 00.
Mr. Griswold? All right, where is this man at? Let's go find him. Let's go find this man and pull him up here. Do we have a Mr. Griswold, though? We do. There he is. That Mr. 000 Griswold. One second. Let me switch over. At least so we're on his car here. So we at least have him, and we're looking at him while we
There he
pull
is.
him up here in that nice, with that preparation H car right in front of him.
Yeah, Mr. Griswold from Trenton, Missouri.
Let me go and pull him up here real quick then. Hey, Garth, it's the guys up in the booth. You hear us?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Hey, Garth, it's Bill the Mazzle. I'm dying to ask you this. You're in the middle of the pack right now. There's a bunch of cars in front of you, a bunch of cars behind you. How bad is the chaos when you're coming through that tri-oval?
Oh, I am loose as a goose every time.
Yeah, you're not the only one. There's a bunch of cars, and that's pretty much what happened this last caution. A lot of guys are flirting with that bottom line, and when you're on the bottom line like you are, how difficult is it coming off of turn 4 to pick up the line on the bottom so you're not drifting up into the outside lane?
I'm just following the guy in front of me. They're just following his line, and hopefully the outside line's doing the same for the most part. And so far, almost 60 laps in, I haven't killed anyone yet, I don't think.
Well, there's still some plenty time for that, right?
Yeah.
All right, Garth, head back to it, man. Enjoy yourself, have fun, and thanks for the thrills. We're probably going to come ride with you in a little bit.
All right, thank you.
We'll see you, bud.
I gotta remember what channel. You're in Hollywood. That's what it was. Okay. I just had to remember the channel. Let me. If I can get the thing to work. There we go. Okay.
Yeah,
I had to remember his channel he was in. The thing is that people don't realize we see all the channels, so I can see every single team channel. So it's like, oh yeah, I'll pull someone up here. What channel were they in? If I don't remember, it's like, shoot, what channel were they in? So.
Well, hey, you know what? I was impressed that I managed to get myself in the booth on my own this week. And as we're going green again, get ready. Adam Johnson on the inside with Nick Vasquez behind him.
Green
And
flag,
up top
green
you have
flag.
Cory Mott. And who's in the 3 car?
The 3 car? Do we have a 3 car?
Yeah, the 3 cars in second. I'm
Talking about
old.
eight-
Maybe
you're
it is
eight-
8 car.
the 8 car,
boy,
yeah.
How about that, Zach?
Which is actually Zach Johnson.
And what did I tell you early in the day about the Green Bay, Wisconsin driver? I was surprised to see him in the back of the pack, and now there he is, right up there towards the front. Not surprising.
And it's also funny because he's wearing that Cheddar, that Cheddar's 8 car, which obviously in the real life Atlanta race we saw towards the very front at the end in that iconic finish with the 3 wide. So it's very fitting to see him out here in the front in that paint scheme. What?
it was not-
Caution.
Oh, look at
No,
that.
stage caution. Stage caution. I was like, what happened? But it's the stage caution.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to do that. And see, this is one thing. It's kind of a little bit of debate. Now, they had a caution, 2 laps ago.
Yeah.
Do you throw the caution now and let that be the early caution? Should that have been the competition caution? Well, it's kind of unfair to the guys that have their plans based on those cautions. So it's a little unfair to do that. So, but good on the MCRL for sticking to their guns.
I mean, I will say I have raced in some like hosted races that they do stage cautions, and they have said before that if they have one, but if a caution comes out before, they tell us at the beginning, hey, if a caution comes out close to when the stage caution would have happened, there will be no stage caution. But so I think if they would do that, it would only be fair if they told the drivers beforehand, so that way they could be planning and knowing, hey, there might be a chance that there wouldn't be a stage caution here if we get one before. And look at that, because it's the stage caution, here comes everyone into pits.
That's right, and that's what everybody had been waiting for, was for this caution. As you can see, a whole train coming in, pretty much everybody. A couple of cars staying out. Those were the cars that came in the last caution. So now they're already done. They already have their pit stops, and now they only have a couple of laps under the green. So their tires are going to be worn in already. They've already been through a heat cycle, and they're going to respond faster than the tires on these new cars for the first couple of laps, and then it's going to be even Steven. So
I believe that is Connor. No, that's Jose that got out of the pits first, actually.
yeah, well, right now up here in the Northeast, we have some horrible weather, and he's down in Puerto Rico and enjoying himself. So good on you, man. And I'll send you my address. You can invite me down come February vacation. Actually, it's now March. It's going to be March in a couple of days, so I'm already late on that.
Yeah. I will say, I do, and this is obviously me talking about this as someone who obviously does the trucks. I honestly think that I'm happy to see the trucks go open setup, because I will admit there's like some setups I've had that I want to use to actually end up doing good, and I just couldn't use them at all in the trucks here, and it felt like I was holding myself back not being able to use them. So it definitely, I think, will help, but also I think it'll be interesting because the fact that we've opened it to everyone, meaning there's some fast guys that you probably they're in here in this. They're now going to be in trucks, and we'll see. Hopefully, it doesn't just become a washout of them just owning the front, because that's the last thing we want to see happen. Obviously, by opening it to everyone, but we'll see how this goes. I guess, if anything, with the trucks, obviously.
Well, I was one of those guys. It doesn't matter to me either way whether it's open or fixed setup. So hey, majority rules, and that's what it was discussed at, and that's what a lot of guys wanted. So it's the other thing is it's always up for debate. So later on, after the series or whatever, once we end this season, if we don't like it, we can go back and switch it. So that's one thing about this new series that I absolutely love is the cap on the I rating. So it's going to keep some of these. Let's face it, there's a couple of guys in here I don't want to race against, and I'd do a lot better if they weren't in it. They're excellent drivers, and it'll work out for a lot of people, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you see Adam Johnson, he's back in 13th. Mr. Griswold, who we spoke to, he's back there. Mr. Silva is back there as well. We got some of the guys that started out front, and they're back in 20 and 23rd position. And this is a little bit of what I said about the guys coming to the pits on the last caution. They were able to leapfrog everybody who came in. So it can hurt you and it can save you, but we're gonna go one more lap side by side here. The caution, I thought we were going back to green.
I did hear the spotter say we're not going green yet, so I'm wondering if usually the only reason in this league I've seen that we don't go green is if for some reason the pack is not racked and stacked like they should be. Then we go green. We don't go green, which it looks like for some reason a lot of people didn't get out in time, so they have to go to the longest line there, and now they're on the inside.
Look at that guy right there. Who's this guy? I definitely got to talk to him later on. Noah Nicholson. He's from Boston. So next caution, we got to talk to Noah because I think we're getting ready to go green.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. I believe we are about to go green indeed here. So we shall see. It's still. That's weird. It's still popping some cars in and out, but I think that's just on the what cars it renders there, which is not a problem. But yeah, I believe we're about to go green. Maybe. I mean, the lights are still on the pace car, so I'm not too sure if we're about to go green here. I guess we'll see, but it looks like no. I don't think we are. We're gonna go around probably one more time, I assume. Then we'll know here as soon as the pace car crosses the start-finish line. If the lights go off, then we know. Yep, there we go. All right. Next time around, we are restarting the Ambetter L208 here on the MCRL, Circuit Cup Series here.
It's going to be fun. And finally, the lights are off on the pace car. We're getting ready to go back green.
Mm-hmm. I guess they needed a couple guys to probably re-rack and restack in. So... which is not a bad thing. Obviously, we want to make sure everyone has a fair chance at the race. So if people need to re-rack and restack in, then we'll let them do that, and then we'll go back to green. So here we go. Down that... sorry. Bit of a busy day. Down that backstretch there. couple guys scrubbing some tires there.
There's a debate over whether that really works or not. I don't know. I know a couple of guys say yes. I know a couple of guys say no. I don't know. I don't know.
Scrubbing the tires.
Yeah. Oh boy.
That's all I ever hear people joke. Anytime you hear someone talk about scrubbing tires, the next sentence that is said is "Quit scrubbing them tires."
Here we come.
Yeah.
Pace car comes in. Bernie's got the flag, getting ready to wave it as they get ready to come through the start zone, and here we go. And that inside lane seemed to have gotten a little bit of a jump this time.
Oh, we have. I believe that's Jose right on Connor's bumper. I mean, if we jump to the gearbox there, I mean, yeah, Jose was right on his bumper. I mean, he backed off a bit there, but I mean, he was right on his tail. That is the wrong side. That should have went to Jose and then to the nose. There we go. So you can see how close he was there, but he was trying to give looks like Connor a couple good pushes there.
Yeah.
So.
Right there is the tricky zone. This is a perfect track. You see how you're hugging that in that triple line there, the double white with the red.
The red line, basically, yeah.
See, I'm getting so excited I can't even talk. As you come through that tri-oval, there's no distinct line. So we've got a kerfluffle in the back of the pack. Another caution comes out, and you know what? What's that saying that DW says about cautions?
I don't think you'll be happy to see who I have found.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Mr. Griswold. Let's see. Oh, there's a case of...
Wait. Let me get that far chase. I don't know why it doesn't want to go to the far chase like it should.
It looks like the 9 got in the back of the car in front of them, or they all kind of stacked up right there, and you had the accordion effect, and the one who paid the price is Mr. Griswold in the Queen Family Truckster. This is not good. Right there, you see the 38 car just got sent right into the 00, and oh, man.
When he came up and collected the 60 and the 9 got collected, it was just...
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, please tell me the man. Please, did he? Okay, good. He made it safe through. Okay.
69 minutes.
Zach almost got caught up there. Holy cow, that was.
And I'll tell you what, I hope Garth doesn't have a full motion setup, because if he does, he's gonna go for a. He's going to be sore because he just got tossed around there. And, you know, it is true. If you have a full motion setup, you know, you get into a hard crash and it'll send you. Well, who's out getting a lucky dog on the outside there?
I'm not sure.
And look at Jose already thinking fuel saving. See what he's doing down there?
I know that they said they were going to be very strict about the red line, so I don't know if the race control is going to be okay with him doing that, because I know they said they were going to be very, very strict on the red line during this race. That was one of the big rules.
Yeah, I thought that was for green only, but hey, I could be mistaking. I'm not trying to put words in anybody's mouth, but
I just know I was very careful during the truck race. Even during pacing, I tried to not go below that red line because I did not want to get Justin going. Hey, Austin, penalty for that. So I was very, very careful about that red line, even during pacing, because I didn't know how strict Justin was going to be. So.
Well, one thing that's just, you know, it's hard not to flirt with that line, especially right there when you come in. You see how the cars are kind of drifting away from the line, and then right here they come right back and they hug the line and they drift away. Yeah. Well, you're doing that at such high speeds that you're just holding on for dear life, and it's so much fun. I love this track, and I had hoped to be a part of this race, but I actually ran a couple of practice laps in the truck series, and I have to have surgery on Friday. I'm not looking for sympathy, but I have my right arm, and it was too much with the wheel to kind of do for that many laps. But it looks like the lights are off the pace car, and we're getting ready to go green again.
My God, the pace laps on this track definitely go a lot faster than you think.
Faster than Daytona, that's for sure. And Jose Acosta is probably in his bathing suit in Puerto Rico while we're all up here freezing. He's getting ready to start on the inside, and on the outside is the 88. This is going to be
Mr.
a fun
Connor.
restart. Mr. Connor.
One person we haven't talked about all night that also I'm just going to say here as we go to the green that we haven't seen all night really is Pierce. He's somehow snuck his way up here to the front, you know.
Yeah. He did, a little bit of, maybe he was one of those guys that pitted before the caution, and,
Let's see.
maybe he just moved up in that last caution.
He pitted on lap 62, but he's also technically moved up 36 or 32 positions. I mean, Jose's moved up 33 or 38, and Connor's moved up over 33 positions. So that's 3 guys right there in the top 4 that have all moved over 30 positions up in this race so far.
And here we go back to the green flag on lap 72 of 135 with the extended series. And as we headed off into turn number 1, we've got 2 cars side by side going into turn 1. That bottom line just trying to get the momentum through, but those 4 cars on the outside are just going to boogie on by.
Yeah. Ooh, we got Ryan who just did a bit of a wild dip there, looks like.
Yeah, we got a couple of cars dancing around trying to figure out what lane they want to do, trying to figure out what lane is working best for their car right now. As they come back through that trioval, you see him trying to hug that line, and it's so hard to hold on to that car as he comes through that trioval. His last word, last minute, bold. Ooh, that's hard to say with my accent. Oh, a couple of cars diving down low to keep away from an accident.
Jesus.
Oh boy, that outside line is trying to work high and work around the dance around. Oh, look at him going through that lane. And, it's let's go inside of a car as they go through. Let's find somebody in the 91. Where's Mr. Saunders in the 91? Let's go in the in-car with Mr. Saunders and see what it's like going through that.
I'm trying to find him. Where is this man at? Oh, he is back in the back of it here.
Yeah, his back is towards the back.
That is the gearbox. That is not the right one. That is, that's the roll bar.
Yeah, no, watch this, folks. Watch when we come through the trioval how hairy this is. Yeah! All right, you're coming through. Now watch. You're going to go towards the inside. Now you're going to drift out to the outside lane and then fender right into the corner. And oh, you're coming through there so fast. And this view is better than the last one. But watch as it come down the back straightaway. He's going to link right up to the 21 and kind of get close to him. There he goes. Just keep a conservative area. He's just driving to hang out right now. He's just trying to keep it clean. And as they come through this trioval, watch the cars dance around. Yeah.
Yep. Oh.
A little bit of river dance there. There's Adam Johnson. Now, this is normal of Adam. Adam doesn't like to run up front a lot or towards the middle, but this track, Adam likes this track, so he's out there kicking it. And, man, I can't wait for the next couple of weeks. You are going to be shocked. You might know what we'll say. I'll give you a shot. I'll tell you what. What do you think it is?
What? Oh, for next week?
It might be next week. We'll see what happens.
Oh, I'm not sure.
The big news, the secret I was telling you about.
I'm not sure. I was gonna try and. I thought that camera was gonna be. Wait, what happened to the other camera I had that was like a lot more off to the side? That's weird. Oh, because it was the roll bar. I wanted to go into the roll bar and then do this so we could look back at Mr. Saunders over here in his I'm sorry, is he in a flannel? Is this man racing in a flannel? 1 second. Now I gotta go to this camera and check this. Is this man racing in a flannel? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If that's not casual, I don't know what is.
Well, you should see my pit crew. They have the Evel Knievel outfits on. And look at this pack going down the back straightaway. They're bobbing and weaving, going from top to bottom. And these guys are flying out front. Zach John's Green Bay, Wisconsin driver. Of course he's wearing flannel. What else would it be? I think that's state law. And out front we have Wold and Acosta still out front. Mr. Johnson, the 8. Saunder up. Oh, look at the cars jumping around. Cory Mott trying to ruin the party on me. Burnham, Phillips, Missouri, and Cognate. We haven't seen the 44 much. Where's the 44?
right here. He's right in the middle here on a 3 wides. He jumps back to the bottom
There he
there.
is. He's kind of just hanging on in the middle there. He's in good position. He's having fun, and you know what? He's running really strong. This track for him, I don't know if how strong he is at this track, but you know what? He's kind of being cautious, just hanging out, just waiting for his move, and hopefully everything stays good for him the way he's going. Just kind of staying in the back of the pack, and he's going to be in the top 10 by the end of this thing. And now at lap 80, this lap is cranking by.
You have to remember that we only technically had about 30 or so laps to this race from what it was already, so we would probably be closer to done, obviously, on the old format, but these guys have about an extra 30 or so laps really on here compared to before that they have to still survive through. And another also interesting fact as well is the last car that's on the lead lap is our good old buddy Garth here. Oh, he's by himself. I'm sorry about that, Garth. I didn't mean to show you being by yourself, man. I just wanted to show who was on the last lap there.
No, but those 2 cars behind him are going to catch him up, and he still has some damage. And there's Dave Nestor, the Brunswick Bowling Products rep. This guy here, you want to talk about somebody can knock down a bunch of pins? Do not take Dave Nestor to a bowling alley and bet him money. You'll get wiped out.
Gonna kind of move as we go to the back of the pack here with the couple lap cars in there as well, actually.
Marky Freed from Glen Allen, Michigan.
I believe that's the 39 car of Mike Burnett there. I'm not sure what happened to him earlier because all of a sudden now he is back here and he is laps down. I really wish we could say what happened to Mike, but I don't know. I mean, something happened to him maybe when I was having my issue, so we didn't really get to see, but
there was that one caution where we couldn't tell which car it was, but maybe it was him involved in that. But man, they got another caution through the trioval.
Whoa!
Folks, here it is. This is a big one. We've got a bunch of cars, and that trioval, I told you, it's going to be the center of problems all night long.
Now, where's our far chase? Let me get us our far chase so we can see what happened here.
It looks like Nim got into the back of the 9 car and just kind of... Looks like there was a check up in front. You had one car go way up high there. You see him in about the 5th position. Goes way up high, kind of touches the wall. That checks up everybody behind him. And, there's absolutely nothing you can do. It's happening so fast. These guys are checking up. And, this is in slow motion.
Yeah.
And, there it is. He just, got bumped, just got a little bit squirrely, and he just couldn't hold on to it, and which you really can't do. And
accordion there, just everyone.
And 22 just missed getting collected in that. And Nim Silva, this guy here, last week, he ran over 1,000 laps at Daytona to prepare for that race. He ran long races throughout the, this guy practiced over 1,000 laps at Daytona for that race. I think that's pretty impressive, to be quite honest with you, to do in 1 week. But there's Pierce Center up from Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's a good one. Hey, Minnesota, that's a good one. Hey, that's a bender. So we got a bunch of guys in here, and do we have any Canadian drivers in this race tonight? I know we have a few Canadian drivers in this race.
There's one.
There's Daniel. There he is. He's not having a good time.
That's the only one I'm seeing with the Canadian flag in my timing software. Obviously, we have Paul, who apparently appears to be, I believe, French, actually.
Well,
as I'm seeing a French flag over here.
Yeah. So
at least on my stuff. And
we here at the MCRL are an international series, and I'll tell you what, we're still under caution. Let's go back and see my buddy from Boston. Where is he?
Who was that? I'm trying to remember. That was
back of the pack.
It was who again? It was
Oh man.
Was it Xander? No, I don't think it was Xander. Who was it? I'm trying to. You might have to remind me of the name because I'm trying to remember everyone and who they are from.
Oh, no, I can't remember who it was.
Was it
Garth Griswold coming in to get a little more damage fixed on his car.
No, he is back out already. So if he was fixing the
he
engines,
is.
he is back out.
Yeah, he's glad to see that car. Chris Burnham, the New York driver, he's out front. He's doing well this week. He did well at Daytona for a while, and a lot of these drivers, Daytona is so frustrating. You save everything to the end, and then it's a calamity at the end. Just take everybody out. But we are ready to go green again. The cars are all packed up there. Lights are still off on the pace car. Hopefully it stays that way. And we're going to enter turn 3. Everybody looks good. We're going to be going green this time around. There's no doubt about it. And I'll tell you what, Austin, it's starting to get to where it's going to be a 40-lap shootout.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe we have one more stage, though, I believe. I believe we have one more, and it's at... I want to say around lap 1... lap... Yeah. Oh, why would you put... Cory.
Green, green, green.
It says stage at 135, and yet that's the end of the race, so...
So here we go, green flag. Look at the jump that the inside lane got. He took
Pierce
off.
is gone, yeah.
Now these guys are going to come around. They're going to pack everybody up. They're trying to just get the car flying down the front straightaway, the back straightaway, excuse me. You see cars back there starting to push each other, get out under each other's back bumper, and they're just going to send each other off into turn number 3.
I don't know that... See, I think that outside line got a little bit of jump. I'm wondering if there was some checkup on the inside, because that outside line looks like it's all of a sudden gotten some kind of speed that the other line didn't have. Oh, I spoke too soon. Never mind.
Look who's out front in that Preparation H car.
Gordon Fraley.
Gordon had a tough week last time. And look at the lettuce. How can these guys grow so much hair on their head and I can't get anybody? But he's in Live Oak, Florida. Hey, Gordon, I'll be down there in a couple of weeks. Let's go fishing, buddy.
And if we go again, obviously back to looking at closely. Look at this, obviously close again racing here. I mean, these guys are just absolutely on each other's bumpers, very, very much so. Let me jump to the right rear. That's what I wanted, right rear. So we can get obviously the kind of like looking around here. I mean, there's Jose right up there with Chris Burnham there, and then you got some passing happening around here.
The outside the 8. Now here's coming through the tri-oval. Watch the cars dance around through the tie. Oh, look how close they get, and then they're far away from each other. Now they're going to get close together going into the turn. This track is so much fun. I love this track, and now. He's hanging.
Look at that.
Yeah, this is how close it gets. So this is at 195 miles an hour. This is the same speed we saw last week.
Oh, let me hit this so we're not... There we go. I keep forgetting I need to uncheck it. I was going to grab the dashboard so you guys can see the speed, just how fast they're going. Obviously, like you mentioned there, just so you can see really how fast they are going around here while doing these absolutely just close quarter moves here. I believe they're going around 185, almost 190.
Gordon Fraley, a fellow Ford driver. Anyways, as we keep racing through, look at that through the tri-oval as they come around that inside lane, getting more and more momentum. They're trying to bulk up, but they enter turn number 1, and that outside lane just seems to be stronger there. But we see cars dancing around. Somebody just hit the apron and got a little bit squirrely. That is something you do not want to do here. If you lose your lane here, you're going to be going up the top into a few other cars. And out front, Jose Acosta in the 42 car. One more time. Look at that as they come around 9, and Fraley on the outside trying to battle around. I think Fraley feels more comfortable on the outside lane. I think he feels as if he has more room to move around if something should happen.
Fair enough. I mean, whatever works for you, obviously. I mean, it looks like they might be coming up on some lap traffic here. I don't know what he's going to do. Hopefully he'll get out of their way, because these lines are well too formed up for them to go around him.
Oh, I'm going to hold my breath. I cannot look.
They're going to...
No,
just drop to the apron, drop to the apron. Like, just...
Yeah, no,
those lines are way too formed up for you to go for them to go around you. Like, and we're not Daytona, we're not Talladega. There's not really room to have a lap car on the inside because I mean, like you said, like we've seen, these guys are dancing around too much. I think if that lap car had ended up in the middle of these guys, there was going to be a wreck for sure.
It would have been over, but I'll tell you what, that won't be a penalty for him because he did not advance his position by going below.
Oh,
the
for
line.
sure, no. That like I said,
he was getting out of the way he should be, and now you see that outside lane. Everybody's kind of moved up from the inside lane, and you see Acosta, and behind him is Fraley, and Fraley dives down on the inside lane, and they get real close together, coming through the center of turn number 3 and 4, and. Oh, man, I need oxygen. And look at the momentum from that outside lane.
Let me zoom back out here.
Jose Acosta being pushed up. Who's that car behind him?
That is the 93 car of Chris Burnham, I believe. Yeah.
It is Burnham. Look at the run Burnham has. And watch it. There you go. Right down. Sends him off into the corner. And... that's what you want to do here, you know? You want to give him that little bump and just send him out, get a little more momentum. Why? Well, now he's out in front of you, and you get a little more room to dance around.
And yeah, these guys are absolutely just, running it close here. I mean, as you can see, that looks like there's Chris lost a bit of the momentum he had, but I speak too soon is he is catching back up there, giving Jose another bump.
Yeah, he did, and he pushed him right out in front of the preparation H car, and last thing you want to do is get that mixed up with your chapstick, but that's neither here nor there. As they come to the tri-oval one more time, look at the different lanes and how they dance around through there. That is so much fun when you're driving this car. Burnham, second place. He's going a little bit high, in the outside line, get a little bit close to the wall with the 7 behind him. Look at the run that those 4 cars have. Ready? Bam. Just pushed him off right into the corner. Those guys are working well together, and you know what? We're getting close. We're down to 37 laps left. This is no longer a long race. This is a shootout. No more pit stop. These guys are going to bring it.
I mean, unless they absolutely have to pit, they run out of fuel, then they have to pit. But otherwise, yeah, I'd say it's just this is where the real racing, the real fighting begins. Because a lot of, obviously most of the race is just about surviving. Holding out, all that stuff, but like you said, we're in that shootout now. This is where it's going to matter because you need to use all the laps you can to make your moves here. Just because, as we've seen tonight, these laps go in the blink of an eye. So it might be 37 laps now, but we're already almost to 100, which means we've already almost lost 2 of the laps out of that 37 that was left. And so, if anyone's going to make a move, they better try to make it soon and see if they can't kind of cement themselves up in the front here, like how Jose really has got himself cemented with the help of Chris, there on the outside line.
The outside line seems to be a little bit faster than the inside lane, which is what we saw last week at Daytona. But this is a lot different track. This track was just repaved, and you can see the 2 lines, top and bottom, with all that black area. Well, that's where all the grip is, but right now it seems like that outside line with that momentum is better than the inside. And now Jose Acosta getting out front, he's 3 cars ahead of Burnham, and then the inside lane, they're trying, they're coming through right there. You had a couple cars right there, get a little bit squirrely getting the tires on that double line. Jose Acosta dancing around trying to figure out which lane. He's trying to figure out what lane. He sees that car on the inside. They're starting to catch up. Now those cars are working better together. They're working nose to tail, and that's what you have to do. You have to work nose to tail in order to gain speed. And they're starting to form up a little bit better. We still have, a little over 30 laps left, but now it's going to start getting good. All these guys are preparing. They're getting ready to rock and roll for the end, and it's going to be interesting. And I'd love to go through the top 10 with you, but it changes every millisecond. So we're going to go through that as soon as it switches around here. And Jose Acosta just getting such a run off that straightaway. Look at that.
Yeah, just... And I think it's also just because, I hate to say it, but I feel like maybe the outside line just is kind of... they're wobbling a bit, but they're kind of also really formed up well in terms of trying to actually push each other here. So, and that's what it obviously just comes down to when it comes to any inside or outside line being more formed up, being more, also having more cars too. I believe the outside line has more cars in it actually than the inside line there. So
if you look back, that third car on the outside line, Carlile, he's been kind of quiet. He's kind of stuck up there and he's poking his nose around. There he is, Stephen, Key West, Florida. Stephen, Key West, Florida. I'll come down and visit you. I'll bring the trophy in April if you win this race. I'll deliver it for you in Key West. Not a problem. I'll see you then. He's in that number 7 car, and he's ripping. He's behind there. Those 3 cars in the front of the pack, they're working well together, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be a go for it on the last lap.
Let's see what happened here, because it seems like we had a caution happen.
Another caution.
Oh!
Oh my!
Oh, that was just one thing after another, one thing after another.
Yeah, and where?
Oh God, you'd see that.
Where did it all happen? It happened right in that tri-oval, which I said was going to be the problem child all night long. You come through there and you get squirrely. It's hard to keep your line because there's not a line for you to see. And, yeah, that's tough. So now what do? Let me ask you something. If you have tires left, you've got to get tires.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you've got 30 laps to go. You should have fuel, and here's a couple of cars coming in. Oh, a little bit of duking, Carlile trying to see if he can get a couple of more cars behind him to go down there. But he's gonna go to the back of the line, but he's gonna have fresh rubber and plenty of fuel. He doesn't have to worry.
Yeah.
Let's see who else we got. Let's. Oh, I wish I could remember my fellow Boston fella. Oh, I can't believe I can't remember to it. Let's go. Oh, Adam Johnson, he's in the pit. I don't want to bother any of the guys that are in the pits. They're kind of just getting everything straight out for themselves. Cory Mott is 4 laps down. No, that's Papa Mott 4 laps down. He must have got collected in one of those wrecks earlier.
Must have then, yeah.
Mr. Silver is out in the 666 car. There's a lot of good drivers in the back of this pack that just had so many problems earlier that they're gone. It's Gage. Let's go talk to Gage.
To Gage? Okay. I'm going to find Gage here then. Where's Mr. Gage at? Let's see. Well, there's Mr. Gage right there. All right. Oh, he's in one of the channels that we can't move him in because some of the team channels are not set up right, so you can't move them out of them. And
he's on one of them. Well, how many more laps do we have? Do we have another lap? Let's talk to Adam G. Johnson. Where's my buddy Adam? Let's talk to him. He got me into this iRacing mess, so let's go bother him.
Adam G. Johnson. I think that's him. Yeah, there he is right there. Yeah. We'll move him up here then. Sure. Let's see. Hey, Adam, it's the boys up in the booth. You hear us? Oh, Adam. Oh, wait.
What's up?
Oh, there he is.
Hey, there he is. Hey,
yeah.
Adam. It's
What's
Billy
happening?
It's Billy up in the booth. I told him how you got me into this whole iRacing mess, man. Hey, how's the car feeling?
Man, I got caught up in an accident there earlier with Ryan and Cory, and I got some wheel damage from it, so non-repairable. So it's pretty unpredictable now. That's why I had to go to the back, too. I had to sit under on pit road for a little while and get some damage fixed. So it sucked. Now I've been at the back, and it's been hard trying to get back up to the front. But I just took my last set of tires here, so a lot of those guys in front of us aren't on tires. I'm hoping we can go green here to the end, and I can start making some moves. So.
Yeah, and hey, Adam, I saw you kind of hanging out in the back, which is kind of something that you do every race. It seems like you hang to the back and just wait for all the trouble to happen. But you and I discussed something before the race, and, for Bill the Masshole makes fun of the Mustangs the whole time, and Chevys are better. But there's some big news coming that's going to shock the racing world with the decision that I've made. Do you want to tell them what I've decided to do?
Yeah, sure, let's do it. We're getting ready to go green here, but real quick, old Bill the Masshole, I'm getting him in a Ford, so that's very shocking, and we're excited for it. I think he's gonna like it.
All right,
It's
buddy,
his
man.
life.
Go out there and kick some ass. We'll see you at the end of this thing.
We're gonna do it. See you guys.
Yep.
Bye.
Then we gotta send him back down there.
There we go. Well, the
Okay,
cat's out of
then.
the bag. You heard it. You
Well
heard
then.
it. I will be driving a Ford on a team with Adam Johnson and a couple of other guys. I'm not going to mention names just yet. We'll see what happens, but I've converted. We'll see how it turns out. But that inside lane this time seemed to have gotten the jump off the start. Zach Johnson, he's up front in the third spot there, and we're seeing some cars dance around. Ben Lawson, he's trying to get the inside lane going in third position.
Yeah, and look who's leading that. Outside line. None other than the man himself, Nick Vasquez. There, he's leading the outside line at the moment. But it looks like I believe that was the 3 car of Ben Lawson that just actually jumped up in front of him there.
Yeah, and kind of slowed down that lane a little bit, and that's what I was talking about earlier. If you're going to make a move like that, you have to make sure you have the momentum to stay in front of the car. He just bogged out that whole lane. Sure, it wasn't intentional, but it just happens. That outside lane had a head of steam on him, and I'll tell you, Nick Vasquez, after winning last week's race, not many guys are going to want to work with him this week for him to make it 2 in a row.
Yeah.
As they head off into turn number 3 again, and that bottom line seems to be working better than the top line all of a sudden. Oh, we had one car there below the line. You got to be careful with that. I don't know if he was trying to avoid something, but 24 laps to go.
This is almost there.
Yeah, these guys right now, what they're trying to do is right now they're not going to do much. They're going to stay where they are. The guys in the back, they're going to try to move forward, but it's going to be difficult. These guys are setting up for the end of the race. And you got Fraley, Phillips, Burnham, Taft, Mott, who's up to 10th spot, Johnson, you got Wold, you got Adam Johnson is up to 11th now. Guys are ripping, and they were in the back of the pack not that long ago. There's Chris Burnham, the New York driver. He's hanging on tight as they come down the back straight, and these guys are just, oh, look at that. Guys dancing around. Oh, man, that... Honey, get my Lucetta Pro. We need some serious medication for this one because it's not to get good right now.
Jesus Christ, we got some Dorn there between, I believe, that Nick Vasquez and that preparation car. They did some Dorn there, and it looks like Nick just decided he was going to jump to the inside and get away from that non-car of Gordon Fraley.
It's very difficult to hold your line coming through there, especially everybody dancing around. Now it's starting to get silly. This is where the guys they're just trying to prepare themselves for the end of the race, and everybody's thinking, what am I going to do? What's it going to be like winning this race? It goes through your head no matter how much you concentrate, and it makes you want to win even more. A couple of cars there flirting with that bottom line. You got to be careful not to get your tires on the apron, because that'll cause a big one. 21 laps to go, and we got one car dropping to the back there, a lap car, and that was a very gentleman thing to do, just kind of slide back there, let the pack go by, and he's going to pick up the cars in the back of the pack, and he's not going to lose the draft. Nick Vasquez, 22 on that bottom line, pushing the cars in front of him. There he is. It's folks, if you can't tell, the lines are forming up a little better than before. They're getting a little bit closer to each other as they go through the corners.
That outside line's getting some momentum, I think.
There we go. It is. I'm wondering if it takes a couple laps for the rubber to get on the track for the outside line to start moving, but you're seeing cars dance around more and more. They're starting to flirt with that outside wall as well as the inside wall. The tires are starting to wear off a little bit. 19 laps to go. Things are going to start getting interesting.
Look at that. Just look at that absolute... the whole inside line just lost all of its momentum. And the inside line, we had that 9 car there. He dropped to the inside just because of how far along that inside line... how far along that outside line was. We're seeing it again here with Chris Burnham now on the outside, being that third car there on the outside, and they're just I think they've got that speed, they've linked up really well, and they're just going. Yeah, I mean,
It was almost like the 3-car had stumbled or slowed down and lost the momentum, and it was able to let the 9 drop in front of them.
Yeah.
And now, if you look out front, you got Acosta. He's in second place now behind the 8-car, and that 8-car is all of a sudden coming to life, starting to look
ooh, look at that.
He can drive wherever he wants to go, and you know what? They're kind of saying see you later. The top 4 cars are saying see you later to that 9-car, and look who's that 4th place car. Is that Cory Mott back there?
I believe that is Cory
it is.
in the number 1, yeah.
Up there fighting for 4th position with the number 9 car, and he's got that. They're going to be clear in a couple of laps. It's really starting to heat up, getting down to 16 laps to go.
Trying to get us a better view of everything.
You got that bottom line.
There we go.
Still have time in that bottom line to move up, as you see the momentum kind of kicking around. But see how the cars were dancing around. Oh boy, Nick Vasquez almost just got sent for a ride. That was close. But those cars dancing around right now even more. You see Adam Johnson on the outside, and you've got the 9 on the inside, the 88 car coming up to push the 02 car, and the 02 car going up to push the 1 car.
But yeah, like you said, there those top 4, they're gone at this point. I mean, they're not really fully gone, but like they're slowly but surely just trying to sneak away from the pack. I mean,
and there goes the 9 car trying to push my teammate Adam Johnson up front in the Mustang as they're flying forward. A couple of Mustangs together, 3 Mustangs ready right there, and a Toyota, I believe. And then another Mustang behind him in the 22 car.
Yeah, this is quite the close racing here right now with this front group. I mean, we're on lap 121, about to be 122 here, and these guys obviously they are not playing around. They are here to play. They are here to make sure that they can get that position that they want. Obviously, I mean,
whoa! Couple of cars flirting with disaster right there. Couple of cars swirled away in the back. We almost had another accident in the back of the pack. Cars sliding through there on all 4s. Cars aren't supposed to go sideways, folks. And here we come. Now that inside lane. Look at him now. The inside. Oh, he's got the big one. Oh, entering turn number 3. Car got sideways. I believe it was the 3 car got sideways and took out a bunch of cars.
I don't know. Did we?
Tough one.
We did go caution. Okay, I wasn't sure. It wasn't able to tell if we got caution there, but let me jump us back to our gold far chase that we love to have, obviously, so we can see everything that happened. You know what? Actually, no. Let's
skip behind the 3 car. I'll just skip behind the. There you go. There's a good view. Watch the 3 car. The 3 car.
Let's see. We're on. Where's the 3 car at? Let me find him.
Right there, right towards the center of the screen.
Switching
there he is.
Him. Yeah.
Ben Lawson. Watch this. Oh man, there was a checkup.
Oh, that was. Oh, and there goes Nick. Yeah, that was
Nick Vasquez that just slammed the wall.
That just an absolute spin there, as you saw. Like if we jump over to him.
I hope he doesn't have a full motion setup. He went for
Let me go ahead and pause this. And we're gonna go in a little bit closer here. Actually, let's go to the far chase. I guess instead go to the far chase.
Oh, yeah, there it is, right there. That kind of explains it all. That is a kerfluffle times 10. Watch Nick Vasquez. Oof.
You see his car tries to slow him down, but it just.
And then, just for good measure, the 88 car
and the 44, yeah.
And man, yeah, that was tough. Let's see who we have out front right now.
Zach Johnson and Chris Burnham, actually.
Let's talk to Zach Johnson. Let's see how he's feeling. There's only going to be 10 laps to go by the time this is done.
Yeah, let's see if we can get him up here. Then, if my thing will let me. There we go. Hey, Zach, it's the guys up in the booth. You hear us?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, Zach, the cars are starting to dance around pretty bad behind you. You've kind of worked your way out front. You've got a fast car. How are you feeling? 10 laps to go.
I'm feeling pretty good here. feels like car feels perfect leading. So, and the top is just so strong. So I think it's best to stay on the top, and whoever's behind me, hopefully they can push me pretty good. I know Corey's back there in like fifth, so
I
we'll
mean,
see
right
what
now, let's go
He's
right
gonna
now.
be
Yeah.
in the 4th spot. He's gonna be 4 cars behind you. So
yep, he's gonna be behind me on the restart here, so that'll be good.
Oh,
now
he
you
is.
just
Yeah.
you just chose the outside lane, and now now you have a guy with a lot of experience behind you. But
And my
that
teammate.
inside lane, yeah, and your teammate, that inside lane, you know, you've got a couple of guys with experience as well. So, you know, good luck to you, man. A couple
Appreciate
more
it.
laps to go, and hopefully we'll go ice fishing together if you win this race. I'll come deliver you a trophy.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Hopefully, I caught you guys at the race in victory line.
All right, buddy. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Let me find. All right, there we go. Yeah, I had to get back to the right channel there. Yeah,
Got
I don't know. I mean, I think like he said, I think he's on the outside line. I think that's the way. But I mean, we have obviously Chris and Adam both there on that that inside line.
Zach Johnson's car, you heard him say it. It's almost perfect. That's not something you want to hear from Zach Johnson when he's leaving with 10 laps to go. He is
Well, actually, probably
tough
more
to
like.
beat.
Is it saying 10? Oh, is it 10?
I don't know how many laps do we have left.
I thought it was 30 or 35, one of the two, I thought. We'll see, obviously, here in a second as we go green again here.
Green.
After this race, we have got to watch the view from Adam Johnson's car of that last wreck.
We are at 10 to go. So we must be on
9 laps
135.
to go. Green flag comes out. Zach Johnson gets a good lead. And, Cory Mott. A little bit of block in there, but you know what? It's 9 laps to go. You're trying to win the race. It's on at this point. Cory Mott pushing the 8 car down the front straightaway. Behind him,
Adam gave Chris that push and said, "Get up there, Chris. Get up there."
No favorites. Come on, my buddy. I never show favorites on anybody.
No, I'm just saying that's what I saw. Basically, Adam gave Chris a push there and basically said, "Get up there, Chris. Get him."
Yeah, he did. He pushed him up there. Now you got a couple of cars, the 9 and the 02 car working together. They're going to have a bunch of steam coming down this back straightaway. And look, the outside lane kind of trying to bump, side draft a little bit, kind of trying to stall out that outside lane. He was trying to stall out the one car. They got pretty close there, but these cars are handling well. He's still flying, but the outside lane is starting to pull away
Look
from him.
at that. I mean, it's no surprise because obviously we saw the outside lane working. It's no surprise to see the outside lane again working here.
Yeah, now you're going down the back straightaway. You got the 02 car trying to push the car in front, and it's hard for me to see the number on that car in front. Who's that?
It's the 93 of Chris. I don't know why his scheme
is.
is looking the way it is, but I can tell you that it's definitely Chris.
There it is, the 93 car, and he's hanging on for dear life for that outside lane.
Whoa!
And we almost just had
Zach just got a little wobbly there.
Ooh, Zach!
Whoa!
There it is. The 9 just.
And that was Adam that
He just put Adam Johnson in the wall for a caution.
I don't even need to click on a card to go back on that. We have the exact person that happened to and everything. Let's see what happened there because that was. No, let me get that wide view again. Where's that? Was it the chopper? I believe. No, it's the blimp. Okay, now I'm going back too far. 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm multitasking here and.
Well, right there on that view, you just saw the 8 car get real squirrely, and look at this. The 9 car just gets in the back and just stuffs him into the wall, and
looks like. I mean, I'm not seeing any more wrecks. I think it was a case of everyone got out of his way and didn't hit him. Luckily, so Adam is. I mean, he's now back in the pack a bit, but he's untouched. I mean, he seems like he's okay. So.
He is, but you know what? He was in position to win this race. He was fighting for the second position.
For sure.
And then now he's way back in the pack. So, I'd hate to hear what kind of southern words that they are saying. And is the 9 car getting penalized to the back of the line? It looks like he is.
Which car is getting penalized?
The 9 car.
Oh, the preparation H. Yeah.
Car. Yeah, he's getting penalized for that, and he's getting an EOL, end of the longest line. That's a tough break for him. I mean, something like that. There's a difference between intentional and avoidable, and that to me was an avoidable accident. There was no intent involved. He didn't do it on purpose. He could have given a little more room, but there's no written rule on it. So it's just one of those things in racing, guys. End of the race, they're just trying to fight for the last bit, and we're gonna have
just to point out, yeah. I was about to say it's gonna be green white checkers. I was looking at how many laps they have done. By the time they get back off the pace laps, probably here, it will be, because we're on lap 131, about to be 132, which does mean, yeah, we will have a green white checkered here. And I believe also in this league specifically, at least for this cup, the Circuit Cup, I think it's only one green white checkered, I believe. Or no, it's unlimited. No, I can't remember.
I believe the trucks are unlimited.
I don't remember with this one. I'd have to. Okay, we're going to break the immersion for a second here so I can check the info and see if it tells me, which it probably won't, but I wanted to see. No, it doesn't. Okay. Alright then, I have no idea. I just wanted to see if it told me. Sometimes, obviously, you can get that information from the little info tab. We can't, so we're just either going to have unlimited or it's a one, green, white, checkered, so.
Alright. The lights are off on the pace car. I was going to ask to go talk to one other driver, but you know what? 3 laps to go. We're going to let these guys fight it out. They need to concentrate on what they're doing and look where the 7 car is.
He's on the outside.
He's gotten himself in a good position. He's the 3rd car in the line. Steve Carlile, Key West, Florida. 3rd car in line there. And, if we've seen what we've seen and that outside line works out, 3 laps, he's going to be battling for the win in this thing.
I really don't know. I'm trying to understand the logic then behind why Chris went with the inside, because he knows how the outside line has been. So I'm not sure what his thought process was on putting himself on the inside there, knowing full well how the outside line performs here. Maybe he knows something that we don't. Maybe he thinks that the outside line's gonna fall apart since he's not there to lead it. I don't know, because I really don't know why Chris did what he did there. Not saying it was a bad choice, just trying to understand it.
Well, we're about to go green with 3 laps to go. That front row is stacked. You've got the 8 on the outside. Everybody needs a good, clean jump right now. Look how warmed up they are. They're getting ready to battle. Here we go, green flag, and the inside lane gets the jump. He now controls the race.
Whoa!
Look at the jump.
The jump.
And we're gonna have a restart on that one. Looks like, are we? No.
No.
Oh my! I thought he got such a jump. I thought we were having a restart.
No, he just timed it right.
He timed it right for that moment, because right now that outside lane is coming charged. Zach Johnson has a head of steam on him as they come out of turn number 4. That outside lane is working, and there it goes. He's pushed him out front. He had said it early in the race. Look at him go on that. We got 1 lap to go. White flag is up.
Yeah, I obviously, Chris had controlled the restart there, so that was fully on him of how that went.
There it is. Zach Johnson, the 8 car, way out front.
Oh,
here we go.
My God.
We have the car come down to the inside. Cory Mott tried to sneak him. It's going to be Zach Johnson coming out of the turn. Here he goes. Zach Johnson, Cory Mott, they're bumping and driving. There it is. Zach Johnson, Green Bay, Wisconsin driver for the win. You heard it here first, folks. He told me he was paying for me to go out to Green Bay, Wisconsin to go fishing if he won. So congratulations to Zach Johnson.
Well, there
and
we
look
go.
at Cory Mott coming up and giving him a little bump. Congratulations.
Yeah,
here comes the 88 car. Those are the teammates right there saying hello to each other.
We do have the results fully up here, looks like. So
There it is.
Zach Johnson, Cory Mott, Steve Carlile, Jose Acosta, Chris Bergman, Alan Phillips, Connor Wold, Joe Wright, Pierce Sanderoff, Justin Bell, round up your top 10. And just out of the top 10, 11th place is Rabbit. He almost made the top 10. Great run for those guys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at that. We have obviously all. So the last person who was on the lead lap for that race was, Ryan Taft there, and as you can see that they're celebrating right now. Obviously, they justifiably so should be celebrating right now. So.
Look at him go. He's out there having fun. Let's get him up here. I want to hear him yelling and hooting and hollering. Let's get him up here.
Well, looks like we have actually Stephen Carlile first. Actually, that's actually up or ready to come up here. Actually,
yeah. Let's get him up here.
Let's get Stephen first, I guess. Hey, Stephen, it's the boys up in the booth. You copy?
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, congrats on that P3 there. That was a very tight race there at the end. I mean, you guys got a good run and just rest is history there. So
yeah, no, I had a really good car. I was able to run up front for a bit, but I just wanted to kind of stay out of trouble for most of the race.
Yeah,
I had it set up there. If we went for a long green flag run, I was going to make it on fuel, but then we had the multiple cautions, so we were all kind of in the same boat. But yeah, high side was where it was at to make the moves, get a big push, and I was going to stay with the 8 and the 1, regardless of what happened. So turned out good for us.
Yeah, for sure there. So
hey, Steve, this is Bill the Masshole up in the booth. You kind of have the Kevin Harvick award for tonight. You kind of hung around, you were real quiet, and then all of a sudden at the end, you're in the top 3. Now, did you plan your strategy off of the planned cautions, or did you kind of go free base when it went a little bit towards the end there?
I in the back of my mind, I kind of figured we were going to have a string of cautions towards the end, but I also wanted to give myself the opportunity to make it to the end if we did go for a long green flag run at the end. So I was saving for a good bit after the last pit stop and had enough to go all the way, so I felt comfortable then. But then once we had a couple more cautions, I was like, yes, we need to get to the front. So it just kind of worked out in our favor there.
Well, it did. It worked out very well for you. Congratulations on a top 3 finish, buddy. And you better stop practicing. We're going to see you again next week.
Sure. I can't wait. Vegas is a fun track.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Thanks.
I think we had, and then there's Zach Johnson. Was it Cory? Cory was next, and then it was Zach, I believe. Yeah. Hey, Cory. It's the boys up in the booth. Good job on that P2 there.
Absolutely. Good old top tier alliance in that 1, 2, 3. Love to see that.
It was. I mean, you guys just got that good run. I mean, I thought obviously Chris had the good run there. He had that amazing restart, and then you guys just the outside line. Like I kept saying, the outside line. It had the run, and you guys got the run and just took it.
Yeah, down the back stretch. I mean, we knew that we were gonna be in a 1-2 finish there as long as we didn't kill it. And I was like, you know what? I told Zach, and I was like, we're gonna battle for this. And then he got the block off in time in 3, and then he blocked the running down the short chute. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna push him to the win. I'll lift him. I mean, that's a top tier, team in the playoffs there. I mean, really solid points tonight. I got a 4th in the stage. I got a stage win and a 2nd place. I mean, that's gonna put me damn near the top of the standing. So, I mean, honestly, conceding a 1st place to my teammate is not a bad deal at all.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Cory. With 3 laps to go, it wasn't a block. That is called protecting his investment. You guys seem to work well together all night long. You hung up. You missed a couple of this could have been a real bad race for you, but you managed to get through it. One question I asked Steve, I'll ask you the same thing. When you came into this race, did you plan your race on the stage cautions, or did you kind of have a different pit strategy than that?
Yeah, so we were really just trying to keep as much fuel in the car at all times, so that way it would minimize when we did have to pit the amount of the amount of time we would spend in our pit stall. We only took 1 set of tires at lap 60, We were taking fuel only all the other ones. So we came in, we had a couple of different pit strategies in mind depending on how the cautions played out. But it just worked out that we were in the top 10 all night because of just our pit strategy. And even when we were in the back half of the top 10, it seems like everybody would just bail on that top line, and that was what our set was made for. Our set was made to run that middle groove and pass low if you need it, and it really did work when we needed to do that. I mean, you saw Zach rip it down to the bottom and basically take the race lead because of that. That was basically what what our setup was built to do, and it got him in position. And then we used choose cone strategy to get up to the front. And I mean, it's all about teamwork at that point, how good we can push and how good we can manage the runs.
Well, just so we make sure that your setup was legal, why don't you send your setup that you had for this race to me, and I want to just make sure everything's good to go. And I certainly wouldn't use it in my car. But hey, buddy, congratulations! Another great finish, another great race, and this was a fun one to call, man. There was a lot of excitement in it. So thanks for having me back, being the king of the club. So congratulations on another great finish.
Thank you. Hey, thanks for being up here, boys. I know it's not an easy job doing it on Monday nights, so I appreciate all the time and effort you guys put in, and you guys are for sure putting a show on for everyone.
Well, it's either be here or be with my wife watching The Bachelor. So you know what? It doesn't take much to twist my arm.
Absolutely. All right, guys. I'm gonna go do the points, and I'm heading to bed. I'll see you
All
tomorrow.
right.
Or
Thank you.
not tomorrow, but
Thank
whenever.
you, Cory.
Yeah.
Later.
Yep. And then let me go ahead and grab. Oh, I almost grabbed the wrong person there because Cory joined back in there. All right, let me grab Zach then.
We're waiting for Zach.
And now we have Zach, the winner here. Oh my gosh, to finish out that top tier, motorsports team, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
How you feeling, man?
It feels great to be locked into the playoffs, I tell you. I don't got to stress like I have in the past seasons of trying to get locked in, so it feels good.
Well, Zach, I tell you what, I'm excited because we talked to you just before the end of the race, and you promised to fly me out to Wisconsin so we could go ice fishing. So I'm looking forward to my trip, buddy. And,
Yeah.
hey, you that last restart, you pulled the move that saved your behind. You pulled down in front of your teammate, and you know what? He pushed you to the victory, and that was a great move, and that was the move to win the race. Now, the question I asked the other guys, you guys are teammates, so I'm assuming you kind of had the same pit strategy. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you did. So, that was one of the questions, who was going before the cautions and who wasn't. So, but you guys were strong all night long. You went where you wanted to go, especially your car. Your car seemed to be a little bit better. And at the end, here we are, man. And I mean, you're not going to bed tonight. You're going to be staying up and going into work late tomorrow, aren't you?
I'm in the police academy, so I got class in the morning, and then I'll be on for a little bit, and then I got an overnight tomorrow night too at the homeless shelter I work at. So it'll be a fun night though. I could probably start drinking now and for a little bit and do a little mini celebration. I know one of my best friends, Nick, who won the 500 last week, shotgunned a Twisted, so I suppose I have to shotgun one now. Well, no, we were. The car was strong. Qualifying did not go well. I gridded 22nd, I think it was. First stage, just missed out on points, I think. And second stage, finished second. So, but no, Cory told me when we got the white and we were in the middle of two, he goes, we're racing for this win, right? I was like, shit. And I knew he was talking all race about how his car is super good to go, like, pass low when we're on the top. So I already knew he was going to try to go low. So I kind of moved down before him. That bump set me. And then we came into the tri-oval, and he went outside, and I slid up, and he's like, I'm gonna lift. He lifted for me, so he didn't spin me in the wall and kill me. So, that's
what we saw killed a couple of cars on that last caution. Guys didn't lift when they were pushing the other cars. We saw that happen in effect the O2 car. So you had a moment just before the last caution. And a few cars, the O2 cars, guys were pushing you through the tri-oval and into the corner. You almost lost it, my friend.
Yeah, I did. Because I was kind of mirror driving it, and I saw Cory wasn't, or whoever was behind me wasn't fully lined up, so I already was prepared to save it and because I do that for every time, the bump doesn't look right, so I'm always ready to save it. And luckily, I was able to save it, and we didn't lose any time at all because the top broke up at the same time. So got lucky there for sure. But yeah, I think I ended with a 0x too, so I stayed out of trouble all race.
Yeah.
That's always the best part of it. And
Yeah.
so tell us, who do you want to thank?
I want to thank you guys for broadcasting and doing this. I know some of the races, it's not fun to broadcast because it's caution after caution after caution. I mean, Cory did the broadcast on Monday, so I understand you guys' point of view of especially these boring races, but I'm sure this was entertaining the whole way through. Thank Cory for allowing me to be on the team and be in the position I am in this league, and thank Nick for pushing me earlier in the race. That got me up to the front. Appreciate that. Obviously, everybody that's involved with the Cheddars in this number 8 car.
That's awesome, man. I'll tell you what.
And race control for dealing with all the BS. Always.
We have definitely race control has the worst job out of everybody. You know, we have fun. You and I are up here yapping our mouths, and I'm Portuguese, so I talk through anything. It doesn't matter. But those guys in the booth, they work their butts off. But let me ask you something. You've got this way. You said you were in the police academy.
I am.
Where are you going to the police academy?
Up in Green Bay.
In Green Bay. Well, let me tell you something. I'm retired law enforcement. Now I know where you're going to the academy. I'm going to send you flowers in the academy. How would you like that to happen?
I'll be okay with that. It might be a little weird. Some of my instructors and classmates might be like, "What the hell is this?" But
when I worked at the academy, whenever that happened, we made them carry it around all day, man. Well, hey, be safe, and I did 25 years, brother, and good luck in the academy, and thank you for what you do and for serving for us, and congratulations on an awesome win tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
I applaud you. Well, Adam, Austin, we had a great night.
I mean, obviously, once we got the other stuff figured out, then it was going fine. So,
yeah. Well, you know what? You said last week that it was probably just a simple little adjustment that you needed to make, and whatever it was, it seemed to work towards the end. So we're good to go. But I will tell you this: as you know, I'm going to be out of racing for a little while, and I have to have a little surgery after a horrible crash in the truck series at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'll be unable to drive. Does that sound cool? Did I make myself sound cool?
Fair enough. I think you did, yeah.
Actually, I was lifting something up and I hurt myself. But anyways, I'm not going to be able to run. And if I'm going to help you out, I promise to get another microphone that doesn't make me sound like Darth Vader. I sound like a cardiac patient with this microphone. Well, another week down. We got a few races coming up on Sunday. We got the modifieds. We're going to see Actually, no, not anymore.
It's not modifieds anymore. Which I was going to say what you mean. It's the
Sunday night will be the beginning of the brand new ARCA series, and
at Charlotte actually.
At Charlotte, which is going to be a fun track, similar to this one, especially with that tri-oval. But instead of pavement, there's grass below that line, so it's a tricky little track. But we hope to see everybody out there, and you know what? Come join us, man. And like we said, this is a league for guys that are just starting out, want to come have fun with the league and with fellow guys, and this is the perfect opportunity. So let's get a good car count. Let's get a bunch of people out there running ARCA cars.
For sure. But other than that, I guess we will be back on Wednesday to give you guys what was it on Wednesday? I'm going to see if I can look here again because I don't remember the schedule off the top of my head. Oh, no, it's Las Vegas. Duh. Don't even need, I forgot because it's the same as the truck. So for the Pennzoil 300, 200 laps of that.
And that's another fun racetrack. There's multiple grooves, a lot of banking. The cars are going to be ripping through there. And I got to be honest with you, I'm going to have to buy the track.
Yeah,
so I'm going to have to do that.
Another thing as well, obviously we have Las Vegas next week, but then we have Phoenix Raceway and then Bristol.
Yeah, Bristol. I'll tell you what. Bristol, Bristol and iRacing is basically the Bowman Gray of reality. And if you don't know what Bowman Gray Stadium is, go look up on YouTube. They call it the Madhouse, and it's called that for a reason. It's kind of like the WWE of short track racing. It's absolutely insane. I promise you, look it up. You'll have a good time, and it's unbelievable what you'll see there. And when you come to iRacing, Bristol is that track. Very fast, high banked half mile, and it's pure chaos. There's gonna be plenty of cautions next week. Fuel mileage will not be an issue. I promise you that.
That's true. Huh. Yeah, no, for sure though. Otherwise, I mean, yeah, we'll be just back next week for that go Las Vegas race. So.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. There's one more guy. He's in the garage area. Nick Vasquez. Do you want to see if we can talk? See if he's in the mood to talk to us? He kind of had that hard crash at the end there.
We can.
He's in the garage area. Let's see if he'll come up and talk to us.
Yeah, let's see. Let me grab him.
Boom.
Hello.
Oh.
Nick Vasquez, it's Bill the Masshole up in the booth. Buddy, you know, you had a great car. It was just like Watt last week, and then you just got sent on a ride. Do you have a full motion? And if you do, are you okay? Because you had to get tossed on that.
Yeah, you know, the neck's a little stiff on that one, but we'll be all right. No, yeah, I wasn't expecting to be dragged. This is caught me off guard, but no, yeah, we had a great car. You know, we really unloaded with a fast car. I knew that we were going to be top 10 or top 5 at the minute we unloaded and got in the practice session. But I mean, that's really unfortunate. You know, it's super speedway racing. You're bound to get caught up. I mean, I guess you could kind of say it was kind of on me, because the whole incident is I pushed Pierce like just a little bit coming off of 2, because I noticed there was a gap. So I pushed him a little bit, but then I backed off whenever we started getting close to the 3. That way I could give him room to lift and stuff and wouldn't wreck him. And then when I lifted off of him, Pierce just never lifted and just ran right through the 3 and then collected all of us. But that was part of super speedway racing again. I mean, honestly, it's fun to watch, you know, Daytona and Atlanta back to back, but it is not fun to race in, so...
Well, I'll tell you what, you need to go back and watch the beginning of the telecast, because I actually gave props to Joey Logano. I don't want you sending me in the wall, man. I made fun of the guy, but I gave him props this time.
Okay.
And I want you to know that I also will no longer be driving a Chevrolet. I am moving to, yeah, so, you know, that's hard for me to admit, my friend, but, you know, I just want you to know I gave Joey Logano his props today, and congratulations on another good run, even though it didn't end the way you wanted it to. But you know, you were one of the cars out there. You were part of that class to beat. So congratulations, buddy, and hold your head up high.
Yep, thank you. Yeah, we'll be here next week for Vegas, and we'll do a lot of practice races or a lot of practice sessions for Vegas, and hopefully we can get a better finish. But yeah, thanks for having me in. Glad you're out of that Chevrolet, and you know we're on to the next week.
Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. I was like, wait a minute here.
Now, let me ask you one more question, Nick. Was there a certain somebody watching this race tonight for you? Because
there was quite a few.
I know last week there was somebody who watched it that, you know, you kind of mentioned, you know, later on in the garage area, you know, I don't want to get too into it, but I just wanted to make sure that things were going well and you're still having fun.
Yeah, we're having fun. Yeah, we got a lot of family friends and everything checking it out, and yeah, a special someone out there watching it, which I'm not gonna name drop or nothing, but they know who they are.
Morgan Fairchild. Yeah, you know, it's not often you get to talk to the driver that's dating Britney Spears. You know what I'm saying? I mean, is that who it is?
No, that's not who it is. But you know, thanks.
All right, buddy, man. Take care. And for everybody down in Texas, the stars at night are
big and bright.
Deep in the heart of Texas. All right, everybody, take care. And you know what? It's 10:30. I'm old. I'm over 50. It's getting past my bedtime, Austin.
Yep. Fair enough, then. Well, I guess we'll call it then.
All right, we're gonna call it a night. Nick, take care, buddy. We'll see you later on
Thank
this
you.
week. And
All right.
Austin,
Yes.
next week we'll be in Las Vegas. If you, I'll be
Yeah.
around. I'll be around. I can't race, so if you need help in the booth, let me know, man. I'd love to come up and help you again.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure that there's no problem in that. Obviously, I mean, it went fine tonight after we got all the kinks worked out, anyways. So, but we will see all of you guys obviously back in Las Vegas. The next time we'll be in Las Vegas will actually be Monday, where it'll be the trucks, and I'm not going to be up here. I will be in the trucks again, obviously racing, trying to not wreck myself out. But I will be back up in the booth, obviously, on Wednesday. Most likely, obviously, it'll be the same with Bill again, because why not? I don't have anyone else up here in the booth for me, and it's going fine, so why not?
All right. Well, thank you guys very much for having me, Austin. Can't thank you enough for all your help getting me through the navigation of this Discord thing. But we will see you next week.
Yep.